Hello and welcome to the JB&M Sports Fanatic channel. What's good with you? It's your boy JB here and joined by Zoe and also special guest Nash here for the first time today, y'all. And so we're going to turn it over to Zoe here. Let Zoe introduce himself.
I'm Zoe, man, from In the Zone Sports on YouTube, all social media platforms. Subscribe to the channel if you want that raw, uncut football and college tape.
All right, Nash, you want to say an introduction? Let the world know who you are?
Well, I'm Nash. You can find me on all social media platforms. Travis Nash. Um, that's about it. I'm just here to support my boys, support y'all, man. Get my opinion on some topics.
Oh, yeah, appreciate you having you here, man.
For sure.
Let's see, we got Daniel Berry. What's good? He says, Happy Wednesday. Hey, guys. What's up? Hey, glad to have you here. What's good with you? And so, Zoe, with all the stuff going on right now in the NFL, I always got to ask you about your Minnesota Vikings there. What should be the biggest goal of the Minnesota Vikings this offseason?
Man, the biggest goal is to retain Brian Flores, get a new offensive line coach, get a new run game coordinator, and please put JJ McCarthy on the diet this offseason and work with his ass. For real. That's the goal.
Now, you mentioned Brian Flores now. He's getting a lot of calls there. What got me was I was seeing reports about, and Nash, I know you like the Dallas Cowboys, so I'll let you chime in after Zoe here, but the Dallas Cowboys have an interest in Brian Flores as a defensive coordinator, in which I get it if he was on the open market, but my man, like, he's already in Minnesota. What was up with that?
No, he ain't got no contract.
Ah, that's what it is. And money
Yeah,
talks. Money
yeah.
talks.
So I'm pretty sure he's searching for a head coaching job before he go to be a DC again. And I could see him probably leaving Minnesota because I'm not too sure him and KLC get along behind closed doors. Because the way he run the offense and the way the offense just be out of control every year, he probably tired of that shit.
Oh yeah, I feel that. I feel that. And honestly, I hope he does get a head coaching job. That'd be great to see because I feel like he was kind of robbed from the opportunity to really grow with that Dolphins team. He did a good job while he was there. He did. I was
Yeah.
glad that he left though. I'll say that. But Nash, gotta ask you, man, for your Dallas Cowboys, what do you want to see happen this offseason with the Dallas Cowboys?
Man, they already did one thing, fired old D coordinator, what's his name? Matt Eberflus. You got him up
Yep,
out of
yep.
there. So man, we need some everything. So I say we need somebody on the line, a good DN. So I think we're gonna try to get Crosby, man. If we can do that, that'll be great.
Ooh,
Get rid of some of them
Crosby.
picks. Um, what's buddy name from Cincinnati? Trey Henderson, I think is his name.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. Trey Anderson, was it Hendrickson?
Yeah,
Um,
if we'll get him, that'll be
okay, okay.
good. We need some linebackers because we
Yeah.
ain't got none of that. We only got one that's decent. Overshawn, he's great. Uh, need some corners because Jerome Blaine, he ain't it. So we need a
I
good
was saying that
corner.
y'all did drop a cornerback. What's his face who signed with the Packers and stuff like that. Y'all let
Man,
him go.
Right.
yeah,
Y'all
he
just
need to
dropping
be let
guys.
go. He need to be let go. Like he ain't the same, man. Ever since he got hurt, he ain't been the same. So I think
I'm
we just
glad
need
you
to go
said
and
that
rebuild that
because
defense.
I'm glad you said that because I know Zoe, you are pretty good at identifying when a player should not be paid what the market is trying to give them. And sometimes you gotta, let him go. Regardless of, what the market says he may be worth. He may be
Right.
worth that in the open market, but you ain't got to pay that. What comes to mind is Kirk Cousins. If I'm the team that got Kirk Cousins, I ain't about to pay this man, 3 years, no 60 something million, 72 million, none of that. None of that. But if you're in the open market and the Jets need a quarterback, they going to open up that budget. He might get 84 with the agent he got. I don't know who his agent is. I got to track down who this man is because this man been doing work for Kirk Cousins there. An average career, and he got paid like tremendous.
every year.
And so, what's good, Samuel? Hey, I know you ready for that game tomorrow. I know you ready for that, Mr. JB. Ready? Ole Miss versus Miami. Now I got to ask you guys, give me your score projection for this game coming up between the Miami Hurricanes versus Ole Miss Rebels. Two teams that to get there was kind of considered by some a long shot, but here we are. That's our matchup. So we'll go ahead and let Travis go first.
Old
Or
prediction.
just the team you got winning if you ain't got to find a score.
I got Ole Miss winning because I don't trust Carson Beck. He gonna throw about 2 or 3 interceptions. So I got Ole Miss winning. I don't think it's gonna be that high
Okay.
scoring because Miami got some good defense. So but I got Ole Miss winning though.
Okay. Zoe, how you gonna follow up on that?
Yeah, man, I kind of feel him on that. And you know the quarterback from Ole Miss, he a Michigan boy, so I gotta roll with him, man. I think Ole Miss I think Ole Miss gonna go to the title game without Lane Kiffin, and that's gonna be even crazier.
That would be. That would be. 'Cause, I mean, you really think about that. Each game you win, it's like you're losing more people that's, that you got to have some kind of, like consistency at this point of the season, chemistry. And then you over here, you don't know if your coordinator going to still be coaching you. He might be thinking about recruiting and stuff like that. You don't never know, shoot. You know what? Matter of fact, this college football season taught me you don't even know what the head coach mind is at. He might be thinking about some stuff that's going on, with one of the staff members or something like that. Some crazy stuff down there happening in Michigan, man. You don't never know what's going on with the head coach mind. But to say this and to say
Here
that,
you
though,
here you go.
I just had to use that
Okay.
example, man. Had to use that example. But I mean, that said, though, it's tremendous that they got
Okay.
this far considering losing your head coach at this point and knowing that the very people that stayed last round could very well be going the next round. So shout out to Ole Miss for beating a team like Georgia in that moment and getting this far. Now that being said, though,
Yeah, that was a big
I
win.
do think because like I'll say I don't know too much about Ole Miss offensive line, and if they got them guys in that offensive line that can handle the speed that Miami's going to bring off the edge, So I feel like Miami is if they can control the defensive line, offensive line stuff. If they can do that, they will win. But I think it's going to be a dogfight all the way down to the end of the game, to the end. Like it could be honestly like a field goal win it or something. Now, how many points going to be scored? Shoot. I don't know. Never have I ever envisioned, what the Hurricanes bring to the table versus what Ole Miss got. Like I'm just got to see how that plays out. All right, let's see. Samuel
Yeah.
says, yeah, so
It's gonna
I
be
will be
good though,
going
I
live
think though.
tomorrow, 7:30 Eastern time. That's the start of the game between Ole Miss versus Miami. So I'll be live for that one. And I'll also be live Friday when Indiana plays Oregon for the rematch, which brings us to the second game there. Now, I will say this now, and I'll go first with my pick. Beating a team twice is very hard to do in today's, college football. If you're a good team, it's hard to beat them twice. You look at what going back to last year when Oregon beat Ohio State regular season, came back playoff, Buckeyes beat them this year. Ole Miss and Georgia. Georgia won the first time in the playoffs, Ole Miss won. So with that in mind, Oregon, they're a good team. They've got a great quarterback also. But can they beat Indiana? I'm gonna go ahead and say this Indiana team, they look like a championship team just from what I've seen. They look like they got everything together and they know it has to happen this year before they lose their quarterback. So I'm gonna say Indiana does win, but it's gonna be very close. Probably something like I'm gonna say 28 to like 24, something like that. 28-24 Indiana wins. I'm gonna go ahead and let my boy Zoe go next here.
Like you said, last time Indiana got them boys, and Indiana defense is tough. I think it's gonna be like a low scoring game. But once again, I like the quarterback, man. Dante Moore. He a city boy. He from Detroit. So I think the second go around, he know what to expect from that defense. And he should do some adjustment. And they might do a sneaky upset over Indiana.
Okay. You know what? I gotta do my research here because it seems like you got boys everywhere. So like Michigan everywhere, man. What about you,
Yeah,
Nash?
yeah.
Uh, I got Indiana winning, but like you said, I agree with you though. It's hard to beat a team twice in the same year, but
Hmm.
Indiana gonna win though. I just feel like they got the better team. What's his name? Mendoza. I like him.
Yep.
He good. So I got Indiana winning. I
Okay.
feel like it's gonna be a
Okay.
close game though. I don't think it's gonna be no blowout or nothing like that. So, but
Yeah.
See, what amazes me is you just look at like Nick Saban's coaching tree and you see all these guys out here just flat out like coaching big games across the board. Like he really knows how to identify coaches. And that in itself is a skill as a coach to identify good coordinators. Now I know without a doubt that Zoe's gonna say that KOC don't have none of that ability. He can't even coach himself, is what you say. Now is that accurate there?
Man,
So
did you see our OC leave the past 3 years?
man, that's the part about it, because if you guys had a legit offensive coordinator, like on the level of what, let's just say, what Ben Johnson was when he was like an OC, y'all would average at the minimum about, since it's the NFL, let's say about 33 points a game at the
My shit
minimum,
freezing up.
and that's including like towards the end of the season with bad weather and everything. So I say like you guys would average at least 33 points a game if y'all had like a legit top tier offensive coordinator with everything that you guys got, the Minnesota Vikings. So that's what I say. See, Mr. JB said,
Yeah,
let's go
his ass
Miami.
still
Then he said,
around.
let's go Ducks. So he want to see Miami versus the Ducks. I told him he wants to dodge Indiana. That's what I think he's trying to do. He's trying to dodge Indiana. Wants Oregon to do the dirty work for his team. And so Matthew, what's
Hey, my boy
good?
got that defense.
What's good? Oh man, but you know what? I'm gonna take a minute here, because we don't always get to have Nash on here. So I want to just, like talk some football with you, Nash, and tell me just right off the bat. Obviously, I know you're a Cowboy fan, but if I were to ask you your favorite three Cowboys all time, who are your
mm,
top three? Like just favorite. It ain't gotta be the best. Just your personal favorite Dallas Cowboy players of all time or whatever era you want.
mm, I'm gonna say, mm, that's a good question. I'm gonna go Michael Irvin. What's his name? Y'all ain't gonna like, but I like Zeke,
Oh,
Prime
Zeke.
Zeke.
The
Okay.
running back?
I used to like, yeah, the running back. I like the Prime Zeke. I like Prime Zeke. Um,
How old are you?
I'm 32.
Oh,
Hey, my boy. That means we growing up there because we
Yeah,
actually share the same like exact birthday, like year, date, everything. So it's funny how that works.
but if I throw another one in there, let's see. I want to say, uh, I would say Dion, but like, I don't know. I like Dion though. He was cool. I like Dion. You know what I'm saying?
I thought you were gonna throw your boy Tony Romo in that
Oh
conversation.
no, 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 no. I pick like quarterback
or
wise
Dak.
though. I was gonna say that like quarterback wise, like I'll say that. Um,
Oh, over Troy?
as in favorite nine, Dak ain't the best, but like
Personal
I
favorite.
want
So
personal favorite. I like that. You know, I like the way he play. I like
okay.
that.
Okay.
But
I'm glad you said that.
Torres
I know
better.
RC. Yeah, I know RC's another Cowboy fan too. So RC, feel free to chime in also. And also, what's good with you? But yeah, you mentioned, when it comes to Dak Prescott, I've always wanted to ask, like Cowboy
Okay,
fans, do y'all not get frustrated that this
I
man
do.
best games come like at the work, like at the very end? It's like y'all at the end of the rope ain't got no room for error. Then all of a sudden, this man want to bust out the big S and be Superman. But it's like, hey, where was that at the beginning of the season? If we could have been, like let's just say, 13, 12 wins, but you wait till we already what, 2, 4, and 1 before you want to show up. That'll never frustrate you about that, like at
It do.
all.
It do. I will say, like, it's a lot of games that he do frustrate me a lot. But half the time, though, I will say this: it ain't all on him, though. You know what I'm saying? Cause there's some games where the players or his teammates miss. So like the first game of the year, CD he dropped a lot of passes. We could have beat the Eagles. So there's a
He
couple of
did
games that
drop
we
that
could have
one
won.
pass.
There's a couple
Shit,
games we could have won, but yeah, he frustrates me though, man. There's a lot of things he do. I'm like, dang, that's a dumb decision. Or he's like, dang, he could have ran and used his legs like he used to do when he first got on the Cowboys. But
Mhm. Before he got that big contract, he realized once he got that big contract, he ain't got to run no more.
I ain't gonna say that though. I think it's more of a. Remember he got hurt though with the ankle, so I think he
Yeah, I
dialed it
remember
back
that.
with the running though. So, um, but I take
shit.
that though.
Okay.
I give him. I can honestly say y'all might not agree with me. I feel like he top like I'm gonna just go this year. I definitely feel like he like definitely top 5, top 10 for sure.
Definitely not. Definitely not.
This year,
Fuck no.
I ain't talking about I ain't talking about career. Just
I'm
this
talking
year.
this year. Hell no.
Man.
Who you put the 10 before him?
The five you said 5.
He said
Yeah,
5
you
Okay,
on
who
10.
your
So
I
he
say
had to add
okay.
that
Who
10
your
after thinking about
5?
it.
Who your
this year?
5? Yeah, this year.
This year
So
I
off
would
of
say
this season
Matthew
alone,
Stafford.
Okay.
I say Matthew Stafford had a good year this year.
Mm-hmm.
Drake May
Yeah, he
is
did.
having a good year
oh
this
yeah.
year.
I get Drake, man.
I would say who else? Jared Goff had a good year this year.
Nah, I can't put him in the 5. I put Sam
And
Darnold.
Caleb Williams having a good year this year. Sam Darnold having a good year this year. And Trevor Lawrence having a good year. Josh Allen having a good year.
Man, Trevor Lawrence
I'm,
destroyed my fantasy
I'm
team,
gonna
man. Like,
say,
that's just not nowhere for Trevor Lawrence,
yeah, I
man.
get
Like,
what you're saying, but I feel like
Shit.
stat wise though, now record wise, yeah, I agree.
But you
But if
got
we
to
just
put
looking
but
by stats,
everything.
so I'm just going. But you right though, I agree. Winning wise, yeah, for sure. But stats wise, I feel like that having like I go gotta put Stafford. I agree with Stafford. I agree with Sam Darnold. I give you Drake May for sure. Um, After that, I like uh Trevor being Trevor. He's great, you know. But after that, though, it's kind of like who you like at the 5 though. You can go Caleb Williams. You can go.
He having a year.
Um, he having a good year for sure. So I think that 5 spot is kind of like who you like though.
Yeah, but
'Cause
but see,
Josh ain't
fuck that.
really.
On that list, what the crazy part is Dak get paid more than everybody in the fucking league.
He do. He
And
do.
he not even the best in the damn league.
man, know how to get a check now. I ain't gonna lie. Him, Kirk
Man,
Cousins, they know how
listen,
to get a check.
I ain't gonna lie to you, Nash. If I was a Cowboys fan, bro, I'm gonna keep it a buck
Uh,
with you.
okay.
I would be frustrated with Jerry Jones on
Oh
keep
yeah,
on giving
definitely.
this quarterback money, and you know what you're gonna get time after time.
I think though what he messed up at though, like he wait because it's who we gonna get though. We can't get nobody better. If that makes sense. Like ain't nobody out the draft that's gonna be better. But what we picking from, they're gonna be better than that. Ain't no free
But
agents that's gonna be better than that. So we got to take.
so so
I
so
won't pay
so
him that much.
Nash,
Mhm.
but you said better. What the fuck is Dak doing?
Hey, he putting up the numbers though. Like defensive wise now. If we couldn't stop nobody, he averaging like who
You
averaging 30 some point. We
Yeah, I
can't
guess
we
so. Your
can't
quarterback getting 85% of the cap. How many did you go out
and
there
we
and outscore everybody
that's
at that
true.
point?
But
Shit.
Even Joe
and you
Burrow at
need
that
it
amount can't do that. Like, that's
because
He
just
it's
missed too,
like
yeah, he missed too many games.
'cause I feel like it puts so much pressure on your defense though. I mean your offense knowing okay, if we don't score 30 plus, we can't mess up, we can't make no mistakes. We gotta be perfect every drive. So that's a lot of pressure. So if we could just get
Hey,
a
what
couple stops.
Hey, what that old saying? What that shit they people be saying? More job become more responsibility. What they be saying?
Oh yeah, to whom much is given, much is required. That stuff.
Hey man, you
Hey,
getting 65, 62 million per year.
I got a question though for you though. But with that defense though, look at what's his name? That year Joe Burrow had, was it last year? He was going
Mm.
crazy. But the
Oh yeah,
defense, so
Burrow.
sorry. You can't overcome bad defensive play though. It's like no matter how
No, you
good
right
you
though.
is.
No, you right. I agree with you though. But when you get paid like that, bro, listen, we're gonna be in the room talk before I cut the check. There ain't no defense. Did 30 per game once you get this money. That's it. 30
I'm
per
with you.
game. You want 62, 65 million with one fucking playoff win in 15 years? Man, that's crazy. That's wild.
He got two. He got two playoffs. He beat
Oh my, oh, my bad.
yeah,
He got two.
yeah, he got two. He beat the Seahawks and he beat Tampa Bay.
Yeah, there you go, RC. More power. You get more responsibility.
Yeah.
Shit.
I'm with you
Jamie's
though.
back.
I'm with
I
you
feel
though.
I'm just not
Let's
no
see.
that guy.
See, I'm a
Let me
that
see. What
guy. I
did
try to
RC
take up for him,
say?
but nah, he do a lot of stuff that like he'll piss you off. So, but I feel like
I
the way
get you.
Jerry Jones built the
Sometimes.
team, he just ain't he ain't built it right though. So
Oh yeah.
next
But
year
Jerry
though,
just cares about selling tickets, though. That's what he
we're
cares
gonna be
about.
in the playoffs
That's the
next year,
problem right
hopefully.
there. That's the problem. Is that Jerry just cares
Y'all
about
could be
selling
though. Y'all
tickets.
could be.
Yeah,
If y'all get the right DC over there, should be straight though.
yeah. Hey, hopefully we can get Brian Flores.
That'd be a big
So
upgrade.
we got to see about that
Yeah,
now.
Josh,
Man, shit.
I
At
can't
this
hear
point.
you, man.
Let's see. Kelvin says best running back Tony Dorsett for the Cowboys, Franco Harris Steelers. Choose
You can
between the
hear him?
two.
Yeah, you don't hear him?
Up.
No, I don't hear him.
He said he don't. I hear him.
It's
Oh,
funny
I
how I
don't
might
hear
be
him.
doing.
You still don't hear him?
Yeah, I still don't hear him.
Yeah. How about now?
Hold on.
Hold on. I'm gonna try something.
I can hear you just fine, but I can't hear him.
He said,
All
"Thank for
right.
evil." That was a
How
bad
about now?
hire.
Yeah, that was a bad hire. Like the man just got fired from the Browns. And you gonna hire a man that just got fired.
You hear
That was
JB now?
terrible.
Yeah.
And I
What
still
about
can't
now?
hear
Can you
him.
hear me now?
Hold
Dang.
on. So I was
I
hearing
don't
him
know
at
what the
first.
Mix
fuck.
Hold on.
settings.
I don't know what's going on. I know he
So it's
had
like you got the
disappeared and he
best
popped back
equipment. You
up.
can hear everybody.
Man, my shit fucking up. I'm ready to use my phone for real. I ain't lying.
Let's
My
see
shit
if
fucking up.
Black Medicine said Zoe, JB, Lamar Jackson. Oh
He
boy,
still
what's
don't hear you. I
good?
don't think.
Nah, I still don't hear you. Hold
I
on.
know he don't hear you.
Dang.
I'm gonna have to
All right.
translate what you say.
Yeah,
Let me see if
you
I
know what? I'm
can.
I'm gonna pop back out and pop back in and see if that fix it.
All
So,
right.
Maybe it's some on my end. Hold on.
He said he about to pop back out and pop back in. I don't know. My
Okay.
shit fucking up too though. My Wi-Fi tripping like a motherfucker.
all right, how about now?
I can hear you now.
All right, that fixed it. That fixed
Yeah.
it.
Yeah, it did.
All right, so let's see. But yeah,
He
just
said, "No, I
sticking
want to hear
with
Zoe
the.
translate."
All right, let me catch up on a little bit of these comments here. And again, if you guys got questions, do include that. Let's see. But yeah, right now, let me go ahead and go back to Kelvin's question there about the best running back. Tony Dorsett for the Cowboys or Franco Harris. And so wants us to choose Zoe. I'll give you the honors of going first.
Between them two running backs,
Between those two running backs, Tony Dorsett or Franco Harris.
I say I had to say Tony Dorsett though, but Why ain't no Cowboys fan talking about Emmitt Smith? That's crazy.
You
Oh yeah,
know,
I
I
like
slick
Emmett.
was thinking Emmett Smith earlier. I mean, he went to University of Florida. I went to University of Florida. So I slick thought of Emmett Smith there. But, you know, this was, again, favorite Cowboys. But you're right. You're
Yeah,
right. All Emmett
Emmett,
did for
Emmett.
the team. You know, I would think, you know, hey, dynasty era, why not mention
Yeah,
Emmett? Why
I like
not?
Emmett though. You know what, Emmett
My
though, he
man
get
said,
overlooked though.
my man said Zeke
I
ahead
like
of
Zeke, man.
Emmett.
You said
Fuck,
favorite
you
though.
familiar with Zeke?
You said
Yeah,
favorite.
Zeke
That's
big.
Yeah,
deep.
favorite for
Yeah, but
real.
Zeke big overweight man.
I ain't
You
gonna
said
lie
what
though, when
now?
Zeke first hit the flow that first year, he was something. He was
He was
something.
something different, man. Like Zeke was one of my he was my favorite. You know, he ain't the best, you know what I'm saying? I definitely take Emmett all day. But Zeke
Hey
was something
JB, I'm
though.
about to pop back in.
All right, all right.
'Cause my
One
shit
thing I
tripping.
One thing I will say with Emmett though, he don't get a lot of credit when you talk about all time great running backs. They don't never
Mm,
put him in that category. They say, oh,
yeah,
he had the best offensive line. So
yeah. It's tough. It's tough because
mm,
when I think of guys like him, you know, another guy that comes to mind that to me
oh,
was an all-time
nah, I
great.
can't. Nah, I can't hear you. I guess 'cause he popped out.
Was he the
So
connect?
maybe
Dang.
let's see.
All right,
I don't
let's
know what's
see.
going on. Hold
But
on.
yeah, I also would go Tony Dorsett for mine. For me, it's just a preference of style, you know. And so for my preference of a running back, I'd lean towards Dorsett. But of course, Franco Harris, legendary. All right, can you guys in the chat hear me? All right, let's see. All right, now we've got Zoe back. Maybe now Nash can hear me better.
JB, I
Also,
still can't hear you.
You don't hear who? Me?
now he don't hear me.
Hold on, I'm gonna try popping out
What the fuck
and see
going
what
man? I
that
don't know what's
fix.
going on. That's crazy.
Bro, this is like being in the Cleveland Browns draft room right now. Like we have
You
no, or I should say the Jets draft room. We have no idea
hey
how
man, I
many
had to
to
get
get
on my
in.
phone.
Oh man.
That's crazy.
Let's see. RC said thankful that Everest got yeah, he got fired there. He got fired. And it had to happen. It had to happen. Like you can't take a team serious if they'd have brought him back after the defense looked like that. You would not have been able to take him serious
I don't know
if
why
they'd
they
have brought
hired
him
his
back. So
ass.
he had to be fired.
Yeah. Y'all
You
can hear
hear
me?
JB now?
Y'all
Oh,
can
can
hear
you
him
hear me?
now. I can hear both of
All
y'all
right.
now. Yeah.
Okay.
All right, let's keep it this way. Let's keep it this way. Let's see if Black Ransom said now he wanted Zoe to translate. Mike, I love the new username there. Josh Allen's wasted career. So we've been on now almost 30 minutes now, so almost 30 minutes. All right, let's see. RC says, Zoe, say, bro, please peep this. Jags had a wonderful year, right? Had a super great year, and their reward is the Buffalo Bills. Crazy, wow. So
that's
you
a
know what?
that's a
How
good
do y'all
reward.
feel that matchup's going to play out now? You got Josh Allen
Mm,
in the playoffs, comes in the AFC aside from Aaron Rodgers, so basically the second most playoff experience there. We don't know how these other quarterbacks are going to really do, and we've seen Trevor Lawrence before, but that's a very short sample size, and it's been a while. So how do we feel Bills at the Jaguars going to play out? So I'm gonna let Zoe go first with this one, then afterwards Nash, you go next.
I ain't gonna lie. I like Jacksonville. The defense is good. They can stop the run. And Buffalo defense is horrible. And Josh Allen really not that good against good defense, especially when they can't run the football with Cook. So I think Josh Allen is cooked.
All right, Nash.
yeah, I agree. I'm gonna go with Jazz. So I think they look good this year. Um, I think Buffalo, they just want I think right now they just got James Cook. They ain't really got no dog at receiver that's really like that scare you for real. So um I got Jacksonville winning that one. So
Yeah, yeah. And also, I like when it comes to the Bills' run defense, I've seen them be suspect at times throughout the season. So that means your
mhm.
boy ETN. If you're looking at an over/under prop for ETN, you probably want to lean towards that over because it's playoff time. They're gonna stop playing around. They're gonna feed him. And then Trevor Lawrence, he's been looking good. And the fact that this game is in Jacksonville, he ain't got to worry about all that weather and stuff that's down there in Buffalo. He ain't got to worry about none of that. The fans, they hungry. They hadn't had a great Jaguars team since Blake Bortles. Let that sink in. Since Blake Bortles almost took them to the promised land but fell short. So they hungry. And
didn't they beat
that team
the
is a team
Patriots
that
that year?
right now they playing good.
I don't
They
know.
You
playing
heard me,
good.
JB? Then Blake Boys beat your Patriots that year, man. I could be
But
wrong.
don't tell me my audio's not working now.
Oh, he hear you. JB
Yeah, I
heard
didn't hear
that.
that one.
Yeah.
What'd he say? What'd he say?
He said, then the Jags beat the Patriots that year they went to the AFC Championship game.
Well,
No, the Patriots beat the Jags that year
y'all
with
beat the
Blake.
Jags?
We beat them. Yeah, because we
Oh, to
ended
go
up
to the Super
playing
Bowl.
the Rams in the Super Bowl that year. Jacksonville ain't
Oh,
been
that
no
was
Super
that
Bowl
year.
recently. Come on now, y'all know Jacksonville ain't been no Super Bowl.
I thought they beat. I ain't know it was in the AOC. I ain't know that. I thought they beat y'all
Yeah,
like
it's a
in the wild
playoff game. They
card.
played us good. They played us good.
That's
They
right. That's right.
did.
It was a good game. I don't know
Hold
why I thought
on.
they
So
beat y'all.
Hold on.
come on,
Now
so
you
I
can hear
expect
him,
you to
huh?
know that. So come on now. Y'all baby lucky old man ain't on this. Old man would have stopped the whole show to get that right. And y'all know
Man, I
it.
swear I thought Jazz beat y'all Blake Boy. It was a good game.
Yeah, I thought they beat y'all
It
too.
was.
And I thought another team went to the Super Bowl that year.
Yeah.
Now, see, Jaguars had got the moral victory from that. Even though they lost, they got the moral victory. Because that was the game that we had, like, Danny Amendola, I think, made the clutch, touchdown to beat the Jaguars. Because that's how far back we going. Danny Amendola was there. We didn't have Gronk for that specific game, I don't think. So he played a big role there.
Mm.
Let's see. But moving on. Black Manson said neither Trent Richardson's the best running back in NFL history. Let's see, Mike says Thurman Thomas is goaded. Nah, just messing.
Uh,
And Black Medicine says, bruh, flipping. So, yeah, but aside from the Bills and the Jaguars, let me take a look real quick. All right, so what is y'all favorite matchup of the wild card weekend? And so, Travis, I'll let you go first
Let me
here.
see.
And so, just your favorite matchup of all the games that we got, because it's like you look across the board, all of these games have the potential to where they can go anyway. There's no one game where you can say, well, this is a lock, because anything can happen. The Bears are number two, but how many times have the Bears beaten the Packers and stuff like that over the last, shoot, like forever it feels like? And so, yeah, they won the last one, but we know the history behind that. These two teams know each other. It's already a rivalry game. Then you've got, Houston versus Pittsburgh. That's going to be a lot of defense in that game. That's the kind of game where I'm like, hey, I'm going to need to, ice up after the game, before the game, halftime. I got to stay iced up if I was playing in that game. So, Nash, if you're ready, let us know your game of the wild card weekend.
I'm gonna go. I had to pull it up. I think the Green Bay versus the Bears is gonna be a really good game. When they just played, that was a good game. It came down to it, so I like them. Uh, but the game of the I don't know. A lot of these games gonna be good though.
Yeah.
A lot of games gonna be good. I will say that one.
So
I feel like the
therefore, there
game of the
is no
weekend may
wrong
be that
answer.
one. Yeah, I feel like I can tell you the worst game I think gonna be like uh
Which one?
don't say Carolina.
I know he's about to go there. I was gonna let him say it. I was gonna let him
no, well,
say it.
I was gonna say possible too, right? I think Carolina versus the Rams and the Chargers versus New England. I think New England gonna blow the Chargers out
Mm.
because
Well,
they
I
ain't got
like the
no offensive
confidence
line.
in us. I like the
Yeah, I think
confidence in us. But I'm gonna have to pump the brakes a little bit on that one.
I think
It's
y'all
gonna
gonna
come
beat them,
down
man.
to the first game you mentioned, the Rams versus the Carolina Panthers. Those two teams did play in the regular season. I know Carolina won it and stuff there in that one. Do I expect the Rams to win? Yes, but I need to know for a fact, like, how healthy is that offensive line? I know Adams should be good. They're just resting him for that game, but that offensive line looked pretty bad to where teams like the Atlanta Falcons should not have beaten a team like the Rams, but that they were missing 2 starters on that offensive line. So if you're telling me the offensive line is going to play, I like this one to go fully in the Rams' direction. If they're not going to play, that's going to let Carolina just hang around a little bit, hang
You think it's
around.
gonna be?
They're a scrappy team. You let them keep it within 10 points. They're going to fight hard to the end. So you know how it gets in the playoffs. Think back, years ago when the Seahawks entered and they won the division. This was back when Marshawn Lynch was newer with the Seahawks, and they had won, I think, 8 games that year, maybe even 7 and stuff like that. But then Beast Mode came to the scene all of a sudden in that playoff matchup because they were at home. A playoff team
Mhm.
at home, that's still a dangerous team. So it could be a good game, just depending on, how
Mm.
healthy. Now, for the Patriots and Chargers now, and then Zoe, I'm going to see your input after this. That game right there on paper looks like it should be, Patriots way. But I mean, I hate to bash my own team here, but look at the teams that we've played so far and look at the team the Chargers have played so far.
That's
Chargers dealt with a lot of
true.
injuries lately. So, I mean, I expect us to win, but it ain't going to be no blowout. It won't be no blowout. This team
Cause
led by Jim Harbaugh, he's going to try to avenge for his brother and stuff. They're going to be exchanging notes, that offensive line. Like, they want to go out there and control the game by running the ball. Zoe knows all about that. A Michigan man himself, he knows all about Jim Harbaugh's game plan. They're going to put like 7, 8 linemen, and they're going to try to tire us out. Let's not forget, against the Baltimore Ravens, the Ravens played us extremely hard and would have beaten us had they kept handing the ball off to Derrick Henry, but for some reason took him out the game late, which did us a favor. We came back. But the Chargers, I'm pretty sure they noticed that, and they're going to come out with a similar game plan. They may not have Derrick Henry, but they do believe in running that ball. So that's what I'm going to say. What do you say, Zoe?
Yeah, that Chargers and New England game, I'm leaning towards the Chargers because I believe Harbaugh is about to outcoach the New England Patriots coach. No, I'm being real. And I haven't seen Drake May in no environment like this. Harbaugh been here before. I think Justin Herbert is going to play a little mistake-free football against New England Patriots. And I just feel like the Chargers gonna get. I feel like that's gonna be the upset of the week.
I hope not. I hope
yeah.
not. JB's already had a rough ending of 2025 with Ohio State. I cannot have in the first round of the playoffs, not at the 2 seed. Nah, let's. For me, the only thing that's preventing me from saying that Green Bay is gonna, upset and beat the Chicago Bears is that I really honestly just don't know how healthy is Jordan Love. How healthy are the Green Bay Packers? They seem to have been dealing with a lot of injuries to where they got to pick up a guy. What's that guy from Tulane that they started at quarterback, Clayton Tune and stuff?
Yeah,
It was horrible at quarterback, but had to input him because your backup quarterback got hurt. So how healthy are they in this game? I don't know, but what I do know is that the 49ers versus the Eagles, it's going to be a
They're
game
gonna be a good
in
game.
that one.
They're gonna be a
That's
good
going to be
game.
a good game in that one. But I
yeah,
think that the Eagles being at home, it's tough to beat the defending champions in the playoffs at home, despite their struggles. I will acknowledge their struggles. They've had those struggles. But one thing the Seahawks defense, not to compare the Eagles and Seahawks defense, but if you can slow down Christian McCaffrey enough and put that 49ers team to where Brock Purdy's got to beat you, Zoe, you've been saying it for the longest, he won't be able to do it. In a game
yeah.
like this, it will show up. So I think Eagles will win that one.
I don't know, bro. I don't know, man, because the way I seen the Bears run that ball on the Eagles at the Eagles field, and I'm looking at Christian McCaffrey, and I got to say this: Brock Purdy have been playing good this year, and I don't think the Eagles offense. I think the Eagles offense is going to do like 17, 20, 14 points. I just feel like they're going to let the 49ers hang around, man, because their offense ain't pulling nobody away. And I think their defense going to end up getting tired. And C-Mac, I think C-Mac, man, he might go for a buck something.
He might.
He might go for a
Ooh,
buck something.
I don't know.
He might.
I
All right, you
like the
got to break the
Eagles
tie,
line.
Nash.
I'm gonna go with that one. I'm gonna go. I'm gonna go Eagles because I got Eagles making it back to the Super Bowl
Huh?
just because they've been struggling all year. I think they're gonna turn it on in the playoffs. I'm
Okay,
telling
so
you,
so
they're gonna
so
be the
can I
story.
so can I ask you a question though?
Okay.
By you saying they've been struggling all season long, then in the playoff they're
They're
going
gonna
to
turn it
turn it up.
on.
So I'm saying, what made you think they're gonna turn it up in the playoffs?
Because they got the weapons to do it though. You know what I'm saying? So if Jalen Hurts did what he did last year in the playoffs, they're gonna be hard to beat. You know what I'm saying? Because in the playoffs he was balling. You know what I'm saying? He did. I ain't gonna,
But see, would you fail to realize last year they had the number one top rush offense?
mm-hmm.
That motherfucker over there number one this year.
I'm gonna say I feel like, man, because of like everything that been going on this year, the AJ Brown, the Jalen Hurts beef, and the run game ain't been going. I just feel as though their defense been good all year. You know what I'm saying? So I really feel like because they got the weapons, as long as the OC don't, call the right plays, call a good game, I really feel like they can I feel like they can make it. It'll be a good story. Like, dang, all that going on all year, they done made it back to the Super Bowl. So I
So
got them.
I'm
I
gonna
got
add
them
to
beaten.
this. Yeah, I'm gonna add this part here because what's the one thing that we've always given Jalen Hurts credit for, and we've said it's been the one reason why he got the contract he got and stuff, even before the Super Bowl. The one thing that we always acknowledged about Jalen Hurts as the football player is
He
that he
went.
found ways to win games. It wasn't always pretty because I mean my man go out there sometimes barely struggling to get a $170 out there in some games passing wise, and lately he can't even run the ball that well. It feels like,
Mhm.
but the history of him tells us that, hey, in a big game, he's going to find a way. It might be
He
ugly.
going
Like, we might look and see the game final score somehow end up being 16-13, like 17-14. It might be ugly, but somehow he's going to do just enough for the team in that situation because A.J. Brown going to be hungry. Like them guys going to be hungry. They're going to make something. It ain't going to be a lot of plays,
So
but they're going to make a few.
so JB, is you talking about this game or you talking about going to the Super Bowl?
I'm sorry, say that again. My
Are you
audio
talking about this
again.
game or them going to the Super Bowl?
To the Super Bowl. Yeah, I
Yeah.
ain't got them going to the Super Bowl now.
Oh no, that's what he
I'm just
had
talking about getting
said.
past 49ers here.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
Don't put Jamie on the record for that one. Now. I just got
No,
to
But
get
that's
past
yeah,
the
what he lost
49ers.
me
That's
at.
it.
He said he thought they going back to the Super Bowl. That's why I was lost at.
I'm gonna say I got them. If I had to pick two teams, right, make it to the Super Bowl, I'd say them or the Rams. That'll be my two that'll make it.
Let me do that.
I don't get me wrong, because we're in the same division of the Eagles. I really don't want to see them win, but I just feel like they got the weapons to do it though.
I
I'm
ain't gonna
about to
lie to you.
share. 1 second. I'm trying to bring up the bracket here.
I ain't gonna lie. I'm gonna keep it a buck. I think Seattle going to the Super Bowl in the NFC.
You trust
So
them,
you got
Donald?
Seattle going all the way. You trust Sam Darnold?
No, I trust that defensive play call.
You still got to trust Sam Darnold.
Sam Donald
Because
gonna
at the
throw
end of the
about two
day, he got to
picks.
make the play. He got to do just
Yeah,
enough not to destroy it. Just enough not to
that's
destroy it.
true.
So let me ask you this: with that defense the Seattle Seahawks got, you think they can't win another game like they did against the 49ers to get to the Super Bowl like a 14-3? The Eagles ain't scaring nobody with their damn offense.
I agree that the Seahawks. I got them for me getting all the way to the game NFC Championship. I'm comfortable saying that. But when we get to the NFC Championship, I've got to see who they're matched up against. Now, if you're telling me, for example, hey, what if it's the Eagles versus the Seahawks? I like the Seahawks in that one as well. Because that defense, as you said, will shut down what limited thing. Because that's when you, as the Eagles, that problems that you have is going to show up in that game. San Francisco showed me recently, hey, this team, but if it's a healthy team like the Rams, who's familiar with them, I like Matthew Stafford. If you're telling me Adams and company, offensive line is good. Now it's okay, didn't this team just score 37 points on them, lost in overtime by a fluke play, to where my man fell on that 2-point play? You think the
Yeah,
boys ain't forget that? That would be a game, but something tells me Sam Darnold's not going to score 38 points in the playoffs like he did in the regular season. Something tells
Yeah,
me they're not going to do that again.
I don't
But the
know,
I feel
Rams are
like
man.
capable.
in big
I ain't.
games, I feel like Sam Donald, he just that pressure. Because even in that same game, he threw like two interceptions, right? And then so one for that punt return, and then the like you said, the he fell on a 2-point conversion, so they were supposed to lose that game.
I agree with y'all, man. I agree with everything y'all saying. But I just seen the way they played against the 49ers with everything on the line, the way they ran that football and did all the quick screens and quick passes, and the defense just shut down the 49ers. Like Kyle Shanahan, since he been at San Fran, ain't never just scored 3 points.
That's right.
I'm trying to tell y'all though, man, that defense nasty. I'm trying to tell y'all. That defense is nasty up there.
I'm gonna say this about the this year's playoffs. This year's playoff is about one thing for any team that wants to win the Super Bowl, because the board is I'm not gonna say it's easy, but you have the chance to do it. But in order to get there, every team's got to face their own demons right now. What's been holding them back in past years, and they're gonna have to get over that. You know, whatever that is. For the Buffalo Bills, they haven't won a road playoff game in 33 years? If they want to get there, they're going to have to overcome and win on the road now. They're the 6th seed. They're going to have to overcome that. You know, Matthew Stafford, I seen him, one time do it when they was like, I can't remember if they were the 1 seed or 2 seed that year, or if Tampa was the year that they won it. But, you know, they were a higher seed. This year, you got to do it on the road. You know, Seattle, Sam Darnold. Can you stop seeing them ghosts long enough for them to get you to the championship game? You got the team to do it. You got your boy Jackson Smith and Jigma. I love it, you know. And then in the backfield, you know, Kenneth Walker III, if he can run, he's the X factor. If Kenneth Walker III can really run, like you mentioned, against the 49ers. Him, Charbonnet can really add that dimension. Then that makes life easier for Sam Darnold there. Because last year with the Minnesota Vikings, we saw how good the Vikings looked. But then come playoff game, Sam Darnold, he was done. His bag of trips were empty. He didn't have nothing to bring. You know, so has he learned from that? Has he evolved enough? You know? Go ahead, Zoe.
See, what happened with Sam Darnold in that playoff game, it was Kevin O'Connell, bro. It was the play calling. The Seattle Seahawks are giving Sam Darnold easy passes, a lot of screen passes, a lot of quick passes, and they run the ball a lot. They not having to chuck the ball 15 and 20 yards down the field on every other play. They know what Sam Darnold is, and they are doing a very good job at hiding that. KOC, on the other hand, he my quarterback. He gonna throw this rock all over the field. That's the way my offense is set up. But Seattle, I don't know, man. I just like the way Seattle play calling is, and they defense. I feel like their defense is the best in the NFL.
Oh yeah, they've got a dangerous combination. And say what?
I was saying, he said the best.
Yeah, who do you think the best is?
The best defense?
Yeah.
I like Denver. I like Denver defense. I don't like their offense, though.
Yeah, they defense.
I feel like they got
it. You know what? We've spent so much time on the NFC, we haven't even gotten that much to some of the AFC teams like the Denver Broncos and stuff. You know, that's a whole different. I'm glad you brought up the Broncos, though. But real quick, let's see. Mike says, will Bryce get over 50 yards?
Damn.
My man got a knack for somehow, it's going to happen in the third quarter, too, where he's just going to find, like, towards the end of the third quarter, it seems to be when they want to wake up. You know, it's just a matter of what type of, you know, work the defense did early on in the game. But I'm pretty sure the Rams, it'd be different if this was the first time that they were playing the Rams, then the Rams overlooked them. But the Rams already lost them. They're not coming in overlooking nobody in this one. They're coming in that you can get some payback, win a playoff game here, you know, right the ship. Because lately, if you've been following the Rams lately, you know, they've had some you know, losses that have been some tough losses to take. So they're hungry. They want to just go out there and just hammer out a win. Hammer out a win. So, but will Bryce get over 50? My man will get at least 50 now. At least. Let's see. RC says, so they going to limit or shut down James Cooks? That's my only question. I think Jags can and will. I believe so. But will they? I just don't know. One thing about Buffalo when it comes to James Cook is that if you show them for 2.5 quarters that you can slow down James Cook, they're going to go ahead and tell Josh Allen, we need you. Go out there, save us, take over the game and stuff. So you just got to show them for 2.5 quarters, you're not going to let James just run any kind of way. You do that by the end of the third quarter, they're going to be desperate to get, especially if Jacksonville offense is scoring, they're gonna look at Josh Allen like, hey, we need some of that Superman. Go out there and show them why they say you're better. And can he do it? It's gonna be real tough.
Mm-hmm.
Wait, Trae Young just got traded. Oh, really? I know they've been talking about the trade happening, but I didn't know that.
Didn't he go to didn't he get traded to the Wizards, I think?
The
I know the
Wizards.
Wizards were the team that he wanted to go to, but dang,
he went there.
didn't see it.
He wanted to go to the Wizards.
Yeah, that was his
man,
first choice.
don't talk about basketball now. Cause y'all see what my boy's doing.
Oh man. Yeah, I see what your boy's doing out there in college over there at Michigan. I see that.
I'm talking about them Pistons.
And so Detroit too. Good time for basketball in Detroit. It's been a minute. All right, RC says, everyone says we will never get back to playoffs unless Jerry Jones leaves. Does everyone agree with this? So we'll pause right there and ask this question around. And so let me remove this though, so that way we can see Nash here. But Nash, we'll ask you first. As a Cowboys fan, do you feel that the Cowboys are basically trapped outside the playoffs with Jerry Jones?
Yeah. Okay, he ain't gonna hire no, you know what I'm saying, like a certain type of coach that that want all the control. So he ain't gonna hire no coach like that. Some of the decisions he making don't be good decisions. So I think we're not gonna win until he retired. Once he give it up, but I feel like his son gonna be worse. So we kind of just stuck. Really just stuck. So
you're right.
I don't see us winning no time like a Super Bowl.
We talking about playoffs though. Just let's say deep run in the playoffs. Let's be fair, because I feel like good year you can get in the playoffs.
I feel like we gotta know if we bring Pickens back. Our run game was good. I like Williams. I feel like we can make a run because our offense. I feel like our offense can bring like a run. You know what I'm saying? I can see a run, but
I know something about Nash, man.
What's up?
Nash like players that disappear. Ain't no way in fuck I'm bringing George Pickens back. Man, George Pickens at the end of that season disappeared.
Because I feel like, man, because of like the year he had, bro, we need a number 2. You know what I'm saying? Because before we had him, everybody was just doubling CD. Even though CD was still getting off, he was still getting off.
You better go use that money on another wide receiver too, because he gonna want about 30 plus.
He gonna want some money, yeah. Because of the year he gonna want some money.
Man, did you see him against the Lions and against the Vikings?
Yeah, he was terrible.
Man, that right, man. Listen, if he take 15 to 20, I might bring him back. But 25, 30, you gotta go.
Yeah, I think what's gonna end up happening. I don't think they're gonna sign him. I think they're gonna franchise tag him.
Shit, that's even worse. That's even worse.
Yeah, so I think that's what's gonna happen. I think they're gonna try to put the tag on him. But we need a number 2 though. So I feel like who we gonna get? You know what I'm saying? So I feel like we got to bring him.
So JB,
we gotta bring him back.
So who asked that question? RC about the Cowboys going to the playoffs?
Yeah, that was RC's question about if the Cowboys will be able to ever make the playoffs with Jerry Jones, running things as he is.
So RC, this is a prime example why the Cowboys ain't never been to the NFC title game over 30 years and won't go back. George Pickens is a nice receiver, but you see why Pittsburgh got rid of his ass. He disappeared in too many football games. The first half of the season, he was marvelous. The end of the season, man, I thought he was hurt. I didn't know he was out there half of the game.
I will say this though.
Right.
The only thing I say about that, I will say in Pittsburgh, they ain't had no quarterback though. So I think that was a big thing in Pittsburgh. But I agree with you to a certain extent though. Like I will say, like when CD was out, he did play great. When CD came back, it kind of like shifted. You could tell it wasn't the same. So I feel like we just gotta bring him back though. If we don't pay him 30 though, he gonna want 30. He gonna want 30.
Man, listen, man, I got a trade offer for you, bro.
Who?
Give me a first-round draft pick. You can have Jordan Addison, man. You can't beat that.
For a
Jordan
first
Addison.
round?
Yeah.
Man, stop that smoking. Whatever you smoking over there, but don't smoke it no. Jordan Addison? Man, you
He a number 2.
for a first round pick? Oh no.
Okay,
No.
you my boy. Give me a second. Give me a second. Fuck it.
Oh no, I'll give you a third. I'll give you a third, and I'll give you Jalen Tolbert.
Give me an offensive lineman. He play O-line?
Who that?
The
No,
name
Jalen Tolbert's now he a receiver.
No, I don't need no receiver. I need an O-lineman. I need one of them fat boys y'all got over there.
Nah. Well, you can get Terrence Steele. You can have him.
Shit, give me anybody. Yeah. I need any fat boy on that O-line.
What's good?
But for real though, bro, if y'all bring George Pickens back, bro, y'all gonna be the Bengals in the NFC, bro.
You know what? You're right. That's the same game plan. You see how that's working out for them. I mean, quarterback goes out there, plays great for especially like half the season.
I ain't even think about it. You right.
And then 2 receivers. Right. That's the same formula. That formula it's not going to take you where you want to go. It's not going to take. Now, I do get what you're saying, though, about having that number 2 receiver because CD keep getting, doubled and stuff, all of that. I get that, but you're going to find another way to get that second receiver. Whether that's just drafting another guy, getting him on a rookie contract, sometime, especially if you can hit him like in the 3rd round, that'd be great. Ideally 2nd, 3rd round. But if it don't make dollars, it don't make sense. And these players, if you pay the offense too much,
he was a 5th round draft pick, that Rams receiver.
That's right. Hey, they have a niche though. They know how to identify them white boys that can go out there and just flat out run them routes like that. I don't know how they do it, but they got an department. They know what they're doing. They excellent at that. And when a team identifies that, the great teams they're good at doing that. Like even way back before when the Patriots converted Julian Edelman to be the next Wes Welker. Shoot, draft him in the 7th round. He was a quarterback, but they saw some, stuff to like, hey, he can kind of do what Wes Welker's doing. That's his understudy for a while. Same thing with, Puka Nacua following up under Cooper Kupp. So if you can take that route, that's how you do it, and you still save yourself money to build the rest of the team because ain't no offense. I mean, think about it. When we think about all the Super Bowl teams that have won Super Bowls that we witnessed, how many of them had the best offense in the NFL, period, that season?
Only
the best
one.
Offense.
Only one.
So, I mean, we might have saw some great offenses like, the early years when Patrick Mahomes won and they had Tyreek and stuff. But in terms of the best?
I'll say the Eagles with Smith, Brown, Saquon, Jalen Hurts. Like, that's some shit we ain't never seen before.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. But that part of that was just the Giants being so bad that the guys that played for them just basically were able to go anywhere because they got nothing. But it's not like they traded them for any value. They just said, "Hey, Saquon, here's our basic offer." Where the Eagles were like, "Hey, join a better team." The Titans, they're like, well, the Titans did trade AJ Brown. They're like, "Hey, we want Trey Burks." For whatever reason that was. That blew up in their face. So that was just dumb decisions that the Eagles are smart. They know when a bad deal is about to transpire. They're always on the right end of that. That's how they get where they get at, So, and they were smart about Carson Wentz too, because some teams would have lied and said, "You know what? Let's see if Carson Wentz is that." They're like, "Something's off about this kid. We don't know what it is, but something's off. So let us draft his replacement the next year." And that it worked out. It worked out.
Yeah.
Let's see. Mike says only one guy has over 5 sacks on the Birds, you think? So Jack's hunting. All right. So what we're going to do right now, we're just going to go ahead and go game by game so that we don't miss any games here. And then each of us is just going to say who we got winning from each matchup. So let's go ahead and do that before we return back to the comments section here. Matter of fact, let me just pause it here so that way I know where it's at so we can see the screen. All right, so we'll start on this side. The Rams versus the Carolina Panthers. So I'm going to go ahead and go first with this one. Ultimately, it's like I always say, it's hard. It's tough to beat a team twice, and Carolina certainly is not the team that I'm going to bet on to do it and stuff. Now it will be a hard-fought game, and you do have some confidence when you beat a team like that. Sometimes you just can't explain it record-wise why certain teams match up well against other teams. Now, all that being said, though, I expect the Rams to win this one, probably something like 27-17 when it's all said and done. But Zoe, what do you think is going to happen?
Yeah, man, I got to go towards the Rams, and hopefully the Rams is healthy and they can lead that game healthy. Because if they can't lead that game healthy with a W, it's gonna be tough that week after.
Yeah,
Mhm.
it's gonna be. But I got the Rams winning too. I got the Rams. I think Adam's supposed to be coming back. I think
Yeah,
Yep.
so.
hmm And not
So I
only
got
that,
Rams winning.
we don't even know how much longer Matthew Stafford's going to play. So the team knows this, inside. They're thinking about it every offseason, but it really feels like it could be the last run. I know that he hasn't spoken about it, but this might be one of those surprise things at the end where it's like, oh, I'm stepping away. So this could be his last hooray here. So he's going to definitely not want to have losing to the Carolina Panthers on his resume, not this Carolina Panthers team in the playoffs. So
Yeah.
he got to come out and win. All right, Nash, we're going to go with you first for this one here. 49ers versus the Eagles.
And man, I'm gonna go Eagles. I just feel like offense gonna start clicking. You got AJ Brown, Smitty. So you still got Saquon. So I think if they call a good game, I feel like they'll beat them. And it's just something about Brock Purdy that I just don't. I don't know what it
Mm.
is. It's just something about him that I just don't like for some reason. So
So you
um,
saying Brock Purdy going to be the reason why they lose in this one?
yeah,
Okay, okay.
yeah.
Zoe?
yeah, man, I gotta go with the Eagles too, man. The 49ers is dealing with a lot of injuries. I think the first one to 17 win this football game, and I think Eagles for sure can get to 17 points.
Yeah.
For real.
You know what? Play this tape here for the offensive coordinator. The game plan for this one is simple. I've seen the Eagles do this for at least the previous 3 seasons, where they go out there, a combination of, whether it's Hurts running, Saquon, but more importantly, taking time off the clock, limiting opportunities the
Hmm.
49ers will have with the football offensively. That's how you help your defense. In a game like this, if you just keep the ball long enough, you will eventually find a way to get 17 points, as Zoe said. And if you're the first ones to do it, I do believe that they will win since they're at home here. San Francisco, that was a big missed opportunity for them to have everything go through San Francisco. But going down to the Eagles here, I will have to say that Jalen Hurts will find a way to will this offense to 17 points in the victory. It won't be pretty, but 17-14 is what I'm thinking. All right, next matchup. And Zoe, we'll go with you first on this one here. As you know, both of these teams extremely well. The Bears and the Packers. And honestly, keep it a buck with us. Forget who you think is better right now, but who do you really want to see heartbroken right now? Do you want to see the Bears heartbroken, or do you want to see the Packers heartbroken right now? Which team do you really just I guess, hate more between the two, honestly, as a Vikings fan?
I hate the Packers, but as of lately, since I've been doing my content, I cannot stand the Bear fan base. But I gotta say this. I think the Bears are gonna beat the Packers. I hate to say that because they're gonna be talking so much shit on the internet after this game. But I don't
Mm,
trust Jordan Love in the playoffs all like that. He ain't been playing good. I don't know. It's just something about that offense, bro. And their defense is just a fucking train wreck.
yep,
Yeah.
absolutely. So Nash, we'll let you go next.
I'm gonna go Bears. Like Zoe said, I feel like their defense ain't the same like it was at the beginning of the year. Like when Malcolm Parsons went down, the defense kind of got, it ain't as good as it was. So I think Bears gonna find a way to win. I think it's gonna be a close game. Um, 'Cause I feel like Keller Williams, he gonna make his mistakes. So I got Bears winning though. It's gonna be a close
Okay.
one.
Okay, let's see. Mike says Hurts just knows how to win. Plus, Niners offense is stalled out if you stop Christian McCaffrey. And let's not forget about George Kittle also, but we know what the Eagles can do in the secondary. That's a, big plus for them. Let's see, Broski
Yeah.
says little Brycey. Mike says the Cowboys stink and says, let's see, Broski says the Cowgirls have no chance with Dak. All right, just getting through some comments here. Should have been going through a little bit more earlier. Let's see, Dak is whack. You might want to cover your eyes
Broski.
for that one there, Nash. But yeah, for me, I just don't know how healthy this Green Bay team really is. They really haven't been healthy. That's not a good sign entering into the playoffs there, where not only your starter was hurt, your backup was hurt, and it's just up and down. Chicago right now at home, these Bears fans are hungry for, some playoff success here. So because when I think Bears in the playoffs, I think didn't one time the Bears and the Eagles play like a couple of years ago, and the Bears like kicker like double doinked it or something like that. So they
Hmm.
probably still got that in their mind. So and they like the feeling of beating Green Bay. They like that feeling too. So they want to taste it again this time in the playoffs. So I think Chicago at home does get the W. I like their running backs at the backfield. Caleb Williams, he makes plays. So I do think that the Chicago Bears at home will be victorious against Green Bay because I don't think Green Bay is healthy enough to take it.
Yeah.
And let's see. So next up, but before we do that, let's see. Mike says Eagle fans say, "Long live Jerry Jones." Oh yeah, if I was an Eagles fan, I would certainly want Jerry
Taco.
Jones to live forever because he has kept those Cowboys down and out. Let's see.
Taco in the
Trade
bit.
Dak too. Okay, so move on from Dak. Fresh start. Samuel's 2026 championship winner. And so, I mean, hey, for my picks, though, I got Indiana beating Miami in the championship game. I think ultimately that's what's going to come down to. And Indiana's got the heart of a champion right now. That's the coach is bringing that swagger. The team walks around like how a champion does. I've seen it from other championship teams. They've got that. They've got that it factor. And so
And they
Tumbleland,
and
what's good? You
Indiana
said
boy,
we win in the Super Bowl, Broncos country, let's ride. Haven't heard that one in a minute there.
you ain't
All right,
lying.
speaking of let's ride here. All right, so Houston Texans at the Pittsburgh Steelers here. Good matchup. Good matchup. And again, Nash, let me go ahead and move this so that way it's not covering you. But we'll let Zoe go first with this one. So let me know who do you got in this one, Zoe? Texans and Steelers.
I gotta go with Houston. Like I like their defense, and I like Houston offense versus the Pittsburgh Steelers defense. And I'm not really too high on the Pittsburgh Steelers. Like, ain't no way Houston should lose this game.
Okay. Nash, what do you think?
uh, I'm kind of leaning towards the Steelers. I just feel as though I feel like gonna be. I don't trust Houston. I don't trust their offense like that. The offense ain't been that good this year. I feel like their defense been carrying them all year, so I feel like it's gonna be a low scoring game. Um, I just I trust old Aaron Rodgers. So then once DK coming back too, so um, I like Steelers in a close game. I think gonna
Okay,
be
okay. The
as
man
long as
said
the
he likes
line can
the
hold up
old.
though, because the
Mhm.
Houston they got them AD line is really good, so it's gonna be a good one.
Okay, okay. You say you trust the old Aaron Rodgers. I'm gonna say
Yeah.
this. I'm gonna say this. For me, when it comes to this matchup here, Pittsburgh really shouldn't be here. Like they shouldn't even be in the party if it wasn't for Tyler Luke being out of the loop and missing that kick. I had a feeling
Yeah, that was
whoever lost
crazy.
that game was going to lose their coach. And it was sad to see Jim Harbaugh go out in that fashion. But after hearing some of the reports of what they said after the game about losing the locker room and stuff, it was inevitable. It was inevitable. But what I do know is that right now what I saw at the end of that game, when Lamar Jackson finally decided to throw the ball and how much space they were leaving, whether it was a Flowers, whoever, that defense just completely looked
That's
lost.
true.
And we know how Houston is with the deep ball. Now, I'm not saying Houston finna go out there and drop no 40, 30 points. I am not saying that. But what I am saying is that they can have 2 to 3 big plays in one quarter, just like we saw them, a couple games ago, first quarter. CJ Stroud looked like he was back from his rookie year, just slinging that ball deep and stuff like that. So I'm saying that Houston is going to win this game because Pittsburgh's going to have one quarter, maybe two, but one quarter where Houston just looks like, wow, where has that offense been all year long? But that's all you're going to get. After that, it's just going to be back and forth, back and forth. But I don't like Pittsburgh offense really all that much at all. I don't like the offensive line. They're one-dimensional at receiver. Houston's defense is really good. You're going to need more than just one receiver to beat that defense.
And to what Nash had said earlier, he made a comment and said he trusts Aaron Rodgers over CJ Stroud in the playoffs. But in the last 4 years, who got more playoff wins?
But I will say this though, like what you said though, Josh, though about the deep balls. No, their secondary did look bad against the Steelers. But, I mean against the Ravens. But Houston they don't got no Derrick Henry, so you ain't got to worry about that because they really don't got no running game. So I think they ain't gonna be too many like open plays like it was against them. So
okay, but make no mistake now. Houston started off the season slow. That's why they're on the road right now. They've been putting together some wins and stuff. Pittsburgh, their season could have very easily been over and done by the Ravens there. And sure, and that wasn't their only loss. Steelers lost many games this year when they only lost. So a slow Aaron Rodgers versus that pass rush of what the Houston Texans can bring and generate, they ain't got no Derrick Henry either on that side. And they sure can use one for a game like this. Believe that. They could use one for a game like that. And let's not forget now, the kicker for the Steelers, he had missed that extra point now. So does he have some concerns to where if they need a big kick from him, will he do the same thing and miss it?
Yeah.
You just never know. All I'm saying is that I like this Houston Texans team a lot. This is a team that I feel like if they were to play in the next round, the Denver Broncos, they would give the Denver Broncos everything that they can handle. Everything that they can handle. They match up well with every team in the AFC. It's just a matter of, are they going to bring their best offensive performance or not? But against the Steelers, they just got to make sure that they can go out there and reach probably 20 points. Because Aaron Rodgers like to score late in the game, when the defenses start backing up. That's when Aaron Rodgers goes out there and throws the ball. So they're going to have to put up at least 20 points. So, but yeah, long answer shortened. Houston's winning this game. All right, next up, Buffalo versus Miami. I will go first for this one. Josh Allen in the playoffs. There's no Patrick Mahomes here to point at. Heck, there's not even a Lamar Jackson there. There's no Joe Burrow. So everybody's looking around, who's the big name quarterback? This is the biggest name quarterback we have right now in the playoffs in the AFC. But guess what? They're on the road. Why? Because they don't play around with their Super Bowl window so long. The boys don't came back and took the division. So now you're on the road at Jacksonville. Trevor Lawrence looking reborn. My man looks reborn. And you got to go down to Jacksonville. You ain't got an 800-yard receiver to your roster. Your tight end that you drafted years ago to be somebody, he's basic at best. So all you got is James Cook to help you. And the defense knows that. They know that. On the road, give me Jacksonville in this one. It may not be pretty because I don't know which Josh Allen is going to show up. Is this the Josh Allen that we saw in the fourth quarter of the first game of the season going to show up? I don't know which version is going to show up. But if he don't show up like that, they're not winning. They need that level of Josh Allen. I just don't know if he can believe in his receivers enough to get that. So what do you say about that, Zoe?
Yeah, man, I gotta go with Duval, man. They at the crib. Trevor Lawrence, the last 5 or 8 games, he been balling out. Their defense is nice and tough. And Buffalo really don't really have nothing. No offense, no defense for real. And Josh Allen gonna look crazy when he go home against Trevor Lawrence.
So yeah, I'm gonna add this one more piece, then we're gonna go over you, Nash. Buffalo's best chance, and I hate to say this, but their best chance, if not playing the Steelers, would have been matching up against the Patriots, because that would have been one that would have been 50-50. Could have gone either way because they're familiar. Both teams are familiar, and, Josh Allen, he knows what to do in that situation. But there's not. They drew a bad hand, the Jacksonville Jaguars. How unfortunate for them. What do you say, Nash?
I agree with y'all. I think Jacksonville gonna win. because it ain't nobody that's really scary on Buffalo. Like ain't no receivers. I'm not worried about who is
Hmm.
Shakur or Keon Coleman or
Oh
they
yeah.
brought Brandon Cooks in. I'm not worried about them. So as long as you stop the run game, if they stop their run, I feel like they Jacksonville will win. Stop that, then stop Josh Allen from scrambling. You know, he gonna get his rushing yards. So I think it's gonna be an easy win for Jacksonville.
Oh yeah. All right, let's see. Let's see. So, but one could argue that George Pickens had potentially a better season than CD Lamb, less drops, less injuries than CD2. All right, Cooper, what's good? What's good? All right, so we got one more here. So I'm gonna go ahead and go first because I'm gonna step away for a second, but I'll be back in a minute or two. So I'm gonna go first. But Patriots versus Chargers, I'm gonna say this. I got the Patriots winning, but it's got to be thanks to the greatness of Drake May. And when I say the greatness of Drake May and his legacy that he's building right now, it's going to come down to him being able to extend drives on 3rd and 7, 3rd and 8, and then in that fourth quarter, using his legs to make a play. I know Stephon Diggs in the big game, he's going to be hyped up, really amped
Mhm.
up and stuff like that, you know. But Drake, what I love about Drake May is that he doesn't force the ball to his number one receiver just to force it. He's going to find the open man. If that means throwing it to the tight ends, so be it. If that means throwing it to the running back, so be it. If that means running, if that means handing it off, whatever it is, he's going to do what it takes, and he trusts in the staff. The only thing is, we cannot lose the time possession battle in this one. If the Chargers continuously run that ball on us, by the time the fourth quarter comes, those 345-yard carries will turn into 7, 8, 9+ yard carries. I've seen it too many times. So the Patriots to win this game, they must win a time possession battle and capitalize on 3rd down. So I'm gonna go ahead and toss it there to Nash. You go ahead and go next, and then afterwards, Zoe, you take that. I will be back.
Uh, Earlier, I don't know. I said I thought it was gonna be, New England easily, but I feel like they ain't really played nobody this year. So,
Mm-hmm.
uh, I, so I feel like it's gonna be a good game. Um, I think as long as they offensive line of the Chargers hold up, I think they could win. I think so. I think it's gonna be a good one.
Yeah, I'm with you on that game though, but I like the Chargers over New England, man. Like you said, New England
Yeah,
really ain't played nobody. Drake made first playoff game. Hell, it's a lot
yeah,
of the New England Patriots first playoff game. And
true. Yeah,
and Jim Harbaugh been there. They run the ball good. They got a tough defense. And I
hmm
like the Chargers being New England Patriots, man, at the Patriots.
yeah, oh yeah.
I
As
think
long
Justin
as that,
Herbert is I think he's gonna look good against New England Patriots.
oh yeah, yeah. I think he gonna look good. As long as that line hold up, that block for him, I
And they
think
can
they'll
run
beat him. Cause
and they got to
yeah,
run that football.
yeah, oh
And I
yeah.
think Justin Herbert gonna be running with the ball a lot and throwing it to that one
hmm
receiver. What's the name? McConkey, some shit.
Like at McCunkley, the white guy,
Yeah, him.
he good,
They're gonna
he
throw him the
good.
ball, and they're gonna be running the ball. They use a lot of running backs. I think
hmm
Harbaugh know what's going on.
hmm So, and what's his name got better too? The dude that had all them drops his rookie year? There was
Quincy and
see,
Johnson.
yeah. He look a lot better than he did.
Yeah, he did. He
Um,
looked way better.
so I think it's gonna
He
be
had
a
a
good
couple
game, but
games
I'm leaning towards the Chargers.
Yeah, me too. I got the Chargers on this one.
All right, so I'm the only one going for New England there. Okay, okay.
Yeah.
All right, but let's see. So basically, oh man, it's gonna be a great, great weekend. Zoe, are you gonna be streaming any games, whether it's college football, NFL, or just talking about, pregame, postgame?
I'm gonna do some post game shows afterwards, but I ain't doing no live streams. I can't be
Okay.
doing that shit. I ain't gonna lie to you. I'll take my hat off to you.
Oh yeah.
For real.
Yeah, I felt like when I seen the upcoming schedule, I was like, man, because I'm gonna miss these, like college football when it's done. So wanted to get those in, obviously NFL playoffs and stuff. Still determining this weekend, which one of those games I'm gonna do. Probably won't be doing my team there because it's a playoff game. Last time I did my team in the playoff game, we got mollywhooped by the Buffalo Bills. So I'm gonna try to avoid doing my team this time so I can stress, in peace. So. But I'm gonna see which one I end up doing. Let's
Okay.
see. My guy Jeremy says that he's got a spoiler for us. He says that the Panthers will beat the Rams 35-28, and that's what's gonna happen.
Damn.
So we'll see. We will see.
Rim.
Charles says Rams gonna win everything. All right. So just catching up on some of the comments here, so that way if there's any questions going through, I will read the questions. And so, but yeah, playoffs are different. Playoffs are an entirely different breed. And so
Yeah.
that's why you always look to see which teams know how to, like elevate in the playoffs there. What quarterbacks know how to bring out their best performances in the playoffs there. Because we've seen it before. Young guy gets to his first playoff game, looks spooked the first quarter or two, doesn't find his footing until the third quarter. And by then, it's either too late or you playing from behind. You never know. But this is what really we're gonna find out, because everybody talks about who's clutch in the playoffs. Being clutch is an ability by itself. Some guys have it, some guys don't. What's been the biggest knock that we've had against Justin Herbert and stuff is that he has not shown that clutch gene. Some guys have it. Some guys it's just talent come playoff time. You don't see it. Lamar Jackson, there's not a single cell of clutch gene in his body in the playoffs at all. At
No.
all. So, hate to say it. Hate to say it because I've always rooted for the kid, but tell me this though, Zoe, before the season, didn't you project that the Houston Texans were going to get to the Super Bowl? Wasn't that your projection?
Yeah, man. I don't like to
Well, they're
brag
in the
about shit like
playoffs.
that though, but yeah, man, I did have the Houston Texans going to the Super Bowl. Man, I wish I would have dropped that video or chopped our video up when I said that, but I'm like, damn. I'm gonna see it. We did so many videos. I don't know what video even was. But yeah, I did say that though before the season started.
Oh yeah, I remember that. I remember that. All right, so let's talk about. I know we spent some time talking about the Seattle Seahawks as a one seed. The Denver Broncos, though, with this comment, Denver's going all the way. If you had to put a percentage on the Denver Broncos getting out of the AFC and getting to the Super Bowl, what percentage of confidence would you place on that?
Man,
I don't think they're gonna make it. I don't. Bo
I would
Nix
say,
is.
man, I'll probably like at a 45, man, because cause if they got to play Houston, I like CJ over Bo Nix, and I like their defense versus the Denver Broncos offense, and I think CJ Stroud could do enough versus the Broncos defense. I don't know, man. That's gonna be tough. They got to play Houston, man.
Well, tell me this, because clearly Denver, they are the one seed for a reason. So they've clearly done, some stuff throughout the regular season. Absolutely love their defense. But there has been times I know also throughout the regular season where I just look at the offense and I'm like, man, like what are they doing? For me, I feel like Bo Nix likes to target Troy Franklin, at least early in the season, a little too often there, rather than just, find your boy Cortland Sutton or something like that. But just when you look at this Broncos team, like, what do you guys feel like is preventing them from having that feel of when you see that number one seed, it's like, dang, this is gonna be the best team that we possibly play. But I get the feeling that, some teams probably aren't thinking they're thinking about the fact they got to go on the road down there to Denver. That's tough. But in terms of the team itself, they're not thinking, dang, this is the toughest team, in the bracket. So
Yeah,
what are they
I
I
hope.
missing?
think. I think just offensive play. I feel like. I think you worry about their defense, but on the offense side of the ball, I don't really. Bo Nix don't really scare nobody. Um, they
He
receiver
would.
core okay. They got what's his name, Courtney Sutherland. He okay, but deep offensively, they don't really scare nobody though.
Yeah, it's Bo
Um,
Nix for me, man. Like,
yeah, it's definitely Bo
yeah,
Nix. He
I'm a Bo Nix guy though, but I don't know. Like you said, man, playoff different. D Woods, what's the
Hmm.
deal? Like, if Bo Nix can put it all together in the playoffs, Ain't nobody gonna be thinking about the regular season, man. Then next
Oh
year,
yeah.
we're gonna be looking at him different. If he
Yeah.
can at
Oh
least,
yeah.
if he can at least get one playoff win, shit.
Because I'm gonna
Yeah.
say this. I'm gonna say this. We've seen in the past, whether it was although Nick Foles was already, showing signs before the playoffs started and stuff, but Joe Flacco, when he won it with the Ravens way back in the day, like he got hot in the playoffs. And the guy I despise the most, Eli Manning, he was a playoff warrior. So you
Yeah.
never know if any of these, especially these young quarterbacks that we haven't seen before, we don't know if they have that gene to where it's like, okay, I'm in the playoff game, because some people they feel big game, they feel pressure. Others, they're like, hey, I'm excited. Let me go out here and just cut a rip. So we're gonna find that out about these kids there, because that's the one thing you can't determine in the scouting combine. You can determine how big they are, the measurables, the speed, arm strength, accuracy, but does that guy have that dog in him that elevates in the playoffs? That's what we're gonna
Mm-hmm.
find out. And how much do these
Mhm.
coaches trust them to make these plays in the big situation?
Yeah, man. It's a lot of young quarterbacks in
Oh,
the
it says
playoff this year.
Seahawks, Jags, Super Bowl. Seahawks and
Yeah.
Jags. Now that would be an interesting Super Bowl.
Yeah,
I
that'd be
don't
crazy.
know.
Let's
Y'all
see.
and the Jazz.
What's so hey, we gonna find that out. We're gonna find that out. Scariest team in the AFC is the Jags. I do agree with that. I do agree with that. About the Jaguars definitely being the team that let's just looking at what they've done, since they got hot. I always say, it's a football is about getting hot at the right time of year. It does you no good to start. Think about the Indianapolis Colts. First, 9 weeks of the season, we're thinking,
Mm.
oh wow, this Indianapolis team is for sure gonna finish a top three team. And we were right if we were talking about the AFC South. They did finish third in the AFC South. But then Jacksonville woke up. Houston got off to a slow start. So I always say the best team does not always win the Super Bowl. It's the team that's playing the best that wins Super
Yeah.
Bowl late in the year.
Man, I would say this, man. The most disappointment team to me, if you look how the way it started and the way it ended, was the Tampa Bay Buccaneers, man. Like Indy,
Mm.
like Indy,
Mm.
Daniel Jones got hurt. He got hurt twice. And the last one took him off for the season, though. But Tampa Bay, what happened? Like, they fell off a cliff.
Oh yeah,
It's something
that
about
needs to
like
be
Tampa
studied,
Bay.
bro.
I don't really trust Baker like that.
No, me neither.
It's something about Baker though, but I really thought though this was gonna be one of them years because he was playing the first couple games, he was going crazy.
Going
So
crazy too early. They peaked
yeah,
too early. They
they
I
peaked too
can.
early.
did. They really did. He was playing real good. I ain't gonna start the year. But with the Colts, I think they were doing good until when Daniel Jones got hurt, it just went downhill. I wasn't expecting that from Daniel Jones though, 'cause, usually he ain't it. But
Hmm.
this year,
Yeah, he
he was
played
playing, he was
good.
balling. People had him as one of the MVP candidates before he got hurt.
Yeah,
So
he was there. So what
Oh
up,
yeah.
JB? Who you got for MVP, man?
Oh, you already know at this point in the season for MVP, gotta go with Drake May, man. Gotta go
What?
with Drake May, man. Because
oh
I was on the Matthew Stafford train up until the end and stuff like that. Because one, I felt like, the Rams, they do play, tougher teams than what, we play. But I just feel like the performances of the Rams as a whole, like towards the end of the season, losing to Atlanta, for example, although that wasn't his fault. His guys wasn't there, but at that point, I felt like the momentum started to go down for that MVP race. And then at that point, I looked around and I was like, hey, my guy is the only one left. So it's got to be Drake May.
Nah, I can't give it to
uh
Drake. I can't
I
give it to
think
Drake May.
I think you just going with your heart because that's your team,
Yeah.
man. You can't honestly feel like that.
So y'all
Matt.
saying that Drake May don't deserve the MVP is what y'all saying?
Hell no. No.
I'm gonna get the Matthew
The young
Stafford.
buck got to wait a turn, man.
Say what?
The young buck got to wait.
Okay, so it's a matter of him not getting the MVP for the season because it's his first year doing it, is what you're saying. Now, if
And
that's the standard, all right, I get it. But
yeah,
I just
that's
thought
I'm
the
gonna
it.
say
MVP award went for the season, not for
But
what they, like multiple
it
seasons.
ain't
I thought it was just for this year.
it ain't that though.
but
It just look what Matthew Stafford did. Like we forgot. Didn't he throw for like 4 touchdown passes 3 games in a row and no interceptions?
Trying to remember what those teams were, but I feel
Here
I
you
feel like
go.
that.
Yeah, he did that.
Yeah, he
Forget who he
did.
played.
Yeah.
And plus,
That's
like
not
he got down at what 47, 46, 4,500 passing yards.
Yeah.
insane.
Yeah, he got some crazy
So,
numbers.
so yeah, Matthew Stafford, he gonna win MVP, man. I know you want
His
Drake May
boy.
to win, because that's your boy, but it ain't
Just
gonna
said
happen,
who
man.
I just said who I thought is going to win based upon how like how the room feels in terms of like at one point it felt like Matthew Stafford, but I really don't want that pressure on him for him to get MVP. Then all of a sudden everybody's gunning towards him and stuff. So keep him low key, keep him humble. Let the award go to someone else. But I think they're gonna give it to him. So,
No,
but if
man,
not,
I
then
know
hey,
you,
that's great.
I know you want that, man,
Oh
but
my
it's
bad.
not gonna happen.
I
Yeah,
need to read
I
the
got to
thing.
go
You
with that.
said, do you think the Bills will win? And
Hell
so
no.
I think the Jags will win. But hey, Josh Allen, if he goes out there and plays to his capability, of course they got a chance to win. But I believe Jacksonville's gonna win.
Man, Jacksonville lose this game, man. Trevor Lawrence ain't shit. I ain't gonna lie to you. It's over with, man. He ain't it.
Yeah,
Denver's not scary.
Not at all.
All right, let's see. Sammy says New England make it to the Super Bowl. Well, hey, JB will be happy if that happens. I would be happy if that happens, but I feel like honestly, the AFC, with the exception being the Pittsburgh Steelers, I feel like everybody else has a legitimate chance to make. Okay, maybe not Buffalo. Buffalo, I feel like can make a deep run potentially, but in terms of like really can get to the Super Bowl, minus those two teams, everybody else in the AFC I see as a true contender because they
Yeah.
got the formula of what you need this year. Great defense and that potential for the offense to where if your offense goes out there and reaches their capability and your offensive coordinator, I'm talking about his own one, you can win the game.
Yeah, it's some tough defenses in Denver and Houston, Jacksonville. Man, they got some defenses.
It's like when you think about the college football playoffs right now, you look around and the Georgias of the world, the Ohio States of the world, the Alabama of the world, just from a historical point of view, they're not there. So if you're a team in the Final Four right now, you're like, hey,
Historical.
like we legitimately can bring this home. There's no one, if we don't win it, it's our own fault. We're not going to look across like TCU did in that championship game and say, hey, they just a better team than us. We're not, there's nobody should be saying that. Everybody there is within the same talent group of the other side of the field. It's just going to come down to who goes out there and execute better for the college football playoffs at this point. That's how it is right now for these teams in the playoffs.
Yeah.
yeah.
Let's see. David says New England's going to win the Super Bowl. I would love that.
They're probably on Madden.
Says no, not the Eagles going to the Super Bowl. We got to see about the Eagles now. We got to see about them. Let's see. Cookie Dough says Bills are winning.
You know he a Bills fan.
All right, so
Hmm.
just catching up here on the comments here. I'm not that far there. So again, if you have any questions there, put it here in the chat. Now we can go ahead and catch up with the comments here. Let's see. David said, if he don't get MVP in the regular season, he gonna get it in the Super Bowl. Eric says Drake May was the MVP. CJ, JB's not the only one saying it. I'm just telling you what the people say. That's it. You got to keep updating your information.
Man, listen,
2 weeks
man.
ago, people would have said Matthew Stafford, but a
Listen,
lot
man.
has
Listen
changed in
here,
two
man.
weeks.
Let me ask y'all a question real quick. I really want to know this. Because y'all keep on talking about Drake May. And I want to see something, man. Like, who the fuck did he beat? Let me look at this schedule. Y'all keep on
No,
saying Drake
see,
May.
y'all not fit to do that. This is the National Football League. This ain't college football where some teams out there, scheduling some, no offense to
He
Alabama A&M, but
well,
them, no. See, this is National Football League. Every week you go out there, you play different teams. Some teams might be injured when you play them. You can't control that. But this is
well,
what we should be asked. Yeah, go ahead.
he lost to the Raiders, I see. He lost
What
to
week was that?
Pittsburgh.
What week did
They
they
beat
lose?
they beat the shit out of Carolina. They beat Buffalo. They beat New Orleans. They beat Tennessee. Come on, man. What the fuck? They beat Cleveland. They beat the Falcons by 1 point. Let me see. They beat the Buccaneers. They beat New York Jets. Hold on, man. They didn't even beat the playoff. They beat the Bengals. They beat the Giants a bye week. They lost to the Bills. They beat the Ravens. They beat the Jets and beat the Dog. Man, did they even beat a playoff team this year?
Hey,
Oh yeah,
you
they
just
beat
go out
Buffalo.
there and get the
Man, they beat
wins.
one playoff team, bro.
You go
We
out
can't
there
do
and you
that.
beat the teams that you play.
Come,
It's the
one
NFL.
playoff.
We don't make the schedule.
Listen, man. If you would have beat Pittsburgh, that'd been 2 playoff teams. But you lost to Pittsburgh. Like y'all ain't even beat. Oh, y'all beat Carolina. So y'all beat 2 playoff teams.
And Carolina barely made the playoffs.
Yeah, they got in because the fucking Falcons won. So what the fuck?
This ain't college football, all right? We don't go and debate the schedules and stuff, you know. I heard there was another team out there that had a similar strength of schedule than we did. All I know is that without Drake May, we wouldn't even be in this conversation here. You know, Drake May is the reason why the Patriots are where they are right now. And that's the truth. That's the truth. You know, he ain't got no A.J. Brown to throw the ball to, no Devontae Smith and all like that, you know. He ain't got no, you know, like big time Travis Kelce. He's using Hunter Henry out there. You know, that's like going out there and getting a rental car. You know, he's just out there making it happen with Ramondre Stevenson, who early in the season kept fumbling the ball away. You wonder why we lost to the Steelers? He kept fumbling that game.
I tell
But
you
you
what,
know what?
JB. I tell you
Yeah, go
what.
ahead.
I tell you what, bro. Next year, y'all gonna have a totally different schedule. If Drake May win the division next year, I'll be the first one to tell you that man deserves NFL MVP.
Well, let me ask you this then. If Drake May goes out there and takes his team to the AFC Championship game this year, would you give him some props then?
Oh yeah, hell yeah, he do that. Yeah, hell yeah.
So that's fair enough. So,
Yeah,
because
hell yeah.
first year in the playoffs, there go AFC Championship game as a 2 seed.
You can't.
You should
Yeah,
aim to at least did that.
yeah. He'd beat some dogs in the playoffs. You ain't playing shit but dogs for real.
Yeah, I agree.
Yeah, I agree with you on that one. But man, you
If
got the
he,
schedule, JB. Like, boy, if they ain't help y'all out with this damn schedule, man, the NFL, I don't know what help out is. Like,
man,
damn.
Well, you know what? A bad team still would fail. The Jets had a similar schedule, but what did they do? They did what the Jets always do. Dolphins, they came in with expectations. They did what they always do. Buffalo didn't run the table either. Now Buffalo had, you know, granted some more, you know, conference champions and stuff, but I'm just saying, you know, this team, you can only win the games that's in front of you. You know,
You
we
right.
don't go to the league and say, hey, put this team on the schedule because nobody knows how the teams are going to play out.
You right
So
about that, though.
it's our job to win.
Yeah, but damn.
But you got some valid points though. Like it's not like we played a ton of playoff teams there, but we're gonna see. We're gonna see. Starting with those Chargers, we're gonna see.
Yeah,
All right,
man.
let's see. Cookie Dough says, who you guys thinking in the Super Bowl? So Super Bowl projections. So Zoe, I'm gonna go with you first, then you Nash, and then I'll go last. Super
Like you
Bowl
said,
team. So who's getting to the Super Bowl?
I gotta keep it a buck, man. I said it before the season started. I picked Houston. I gotta go with Houston, and I gotta go with Seattle.
ooh,
All right, Nash.
I'm gonna go with Jacksonville, and I'm gonna go with the Eagles.
Okay. Well, I'm gonna believe in my team, but this might be slightly biased here because I truly believe that we got a chance. We just
Oh
gotta see how
yeah,
it plays out.
y'all
I'm gonna
in the
say
playoffs.
Patriots versus Seahawks.
Hold on,
So
man. Then you just bash me about Sam Darnold in the playoffs.
Patriots
Hey,
and Seahawks. I mean, as much as I did them, if you're telling me the Seahawks are gonna play the Bears, I like the Seahawks better in that one, especially at home in that scenario. You know, and then if they play, unless they play the Rams, then I'm like, okay, I like the Rams over that. But the Rams first, you know, we got to see if they end up matching each other. But hey, it can change. It
hey,
can change.
hey, who was the number 1 seed you played? The lowest seed that went or the highest seed?
The one seed will play the lowest
Okay,
seed.
okay.
So that's why I got to see how that 49ers and Seahawks, 49ers and Eagles game go. Because if the 49ers do win that one and they end up with a date with the Seahawks there, that means the Rams play, I'm just going to assume like maybe the Bears or something like that. Got to see how the games play out.
Yeah.
But
So
if the Seahawks can avoid that matchup versus the Rams, then I like them.
you know what would be funny though? You know, anybody can win in the playoffs. If Carolina found a way, if they look up and found a way to make it to the, the NFC Championship game, man.
Hey,
Yes.
Nash.
If that happened, man, I might need to go ahead and reevaluate everything I know about football.
Hey, Nash.
What's up?
I'm gonna tell you this: if the Panthers beat the Rams, that will be the Panthers Super Bowl. They getting their ass cracked next week. That's their Super Bowl. I ain't gonna lie to you.
Yeah.
Shit.
They're gonna be too hype.
Hell
They're gonna be
yeah.
too hard. You're gonna be too hype, so
That next game, shit. I'm taking the Panthers lose by 20 against somebody.
If they make it past that first round?
Because they beat the Rams already, so they probably don't get too hyped by the Rams. They probably feel like they can beat the Rams because like
But
they
this
did it
playoff
before. You're right. You're right.
Oh yeah, this is the NFL. This is a week by week thing. What you did early in the regular season, that's nice to have. Build some confidence, but you're gonna come in and have to face a different game plan because now the team's like, all right, we know that didn't work, so let's try something else. And meanwhile, the team that won, it's like, hey, we did this, it worked. You may not make the adjustments needed.
Hold on,
for that
JB.
game.
Everybody don't make adjustments though. Just ask the Vikings. Kevin O'Connell bring the same game plan out. He win or lose. that game plan
That's his
still
game
coming
plan.
out.
That's his game plan. All right, so Rams mob got the Rams and the Texans. Brother says go Bills. Says Josh is winning the Super Bowl.
They're gonna be bold when he break your heart.
Said, who is your football team?
Who favorite team?
Let's see. Says, yeah, so Nash is a Cowboys fan, and of course, Zoe with the Vikings. I'm a Patriots fan, so that's where we stand. Let's see. So Drake may have beat it. No one. The Jags did not either. So the Jaguars also.
Hold on. Somebody talking sideways now. Hold on. Shit, they talking crazy now. Shit, the Jags had to. The Jags was all right last year. Yeah, hold on now. Jacksonville beat
outside of the AFC South games because I felt like they all played each other like late in the season. I didn't really pay too much attention to the Jaguars played this season.
They beat Carolina. They beat Houston. They beat the 49ers. They beat the Chiefs. They lost to Seattle. They lost to the Rams. They beat the Raiders. They lost to Houston. They beat the Chargers. See that more playoff teams right there. Shit. And they beat the Broncos. So cut that out. This ain't nothing like New England Patriots schedule. They done beat down there 3-4 playoff team.
That's fine.
Hey, we're gonna see.
They beat the number one seed, the Broncos.
Exactly. Yeah.
So
I think they cracked their ass too. Well, they cracked the Chargers at 35-6.
Damn.
They beat the Broncos 34-20.
Damn.
Okay, SM did appreciate that. So this is SM's other account here, Rob Snob. Okay. But what's good?
What up with you?
Like a team like the Rams is all about how healthy are they. But hey, this is why we play the games, right? Because if we were going off of, strength of schedule, who did what, hey, the Miami Hurricanes almost didn't even make the college football playoff just because of that stuff, So being from the ACC weak conference, Duke won the ACC, but the team legit, and it's gonna show. And if it don't show, then it is what it is.
I'm gonna be real with you, man. Your boys, they disappointed me, man.
Oh, I didn't hear the audio at that time.
I said your boy disappointed me, man. They lost to a fucking ACC team, man.
Hey, the ACC team is in the Final Four. Meanwhile, teams like Texas A&M got bounced. What, like, what's the second round?
They got their ass beat, didn't they? Who Ole
Or was
Miss
it the
beat up?
first? I think it was
Who
the
Ole Miss?
first. Yeah, first round.
Oh, who Ole Miss cracking the head? That was Texas, wasn't it?
Nah, cause yeah, cause A&M also that had to be the first round against Miami. If I'm
No,
not, yeah, it had to be the first
who
round.
Ole Miss beat?
Say what?
Who the Ole Miss beat?
Still didn't hear that one.
He said, who Ole Miss beat?
All right, I think I heard the end of what you said there, Nash. So say that again.
Ole Miss, who they beat? And JB can't hear nobody.
There goes the audio again.
JB the fucked our audio up.
All right, try it now, Zoe. I think I heard the end of that.
I said, who Ole Miss beat?
Oh yeah. Oh shoot. Yeah, Ole Miss. Shoot, during the regular season.
No, in the playoffs. Who they just
This
beat?
in the playoffs. There. They just beat Georgia. And
Oh, that was Georgia then.
Yeah, it was Georgia.
Okay. Oh, that was Alabama. They got their ass beat like that. I'm thinking about.
Yeah.
Yeah, they got
did not expect that to happen to that degree, but at the same time, that was just Indiana showing like, hey, they for real.
I ain't gonna lie though, man. I do want Indiana to win so the Big Ten can win it. Win that'd be 3 years in a row for the Big
3 years
Ten.
in a row. Mm-hmm.
And plus, I like the way Indiana did it, man. They went undefeated and won that bitch like Michigan did.
I see what you're doing there. Trying to discredit the non-conference championships.
Oh
there.
no, I'm just saying that's impressive.
I see what you did there.
No.
We all can't just get along with the Big Ten and be like, Big Ten winners there.
I said we won 3 in a row.
Hey, we just represent the conference. That's it. We just represent the conference. David said, don't forget about the coaching staff. All right, so SM says Stafford for MVP.
SM. There you go. See, SM know what you're talking about.
Who wins? All right, let's see. Packers are Bears. And so.
Sorry, Packers. So, we got the Bears, man.
Yeah, everybody went Bears with this one.
Sorry, bro. Maybe next year.
It just came down to the injury report for me, like not knowing how healthy is Jordan Love. I believe if that team was fully healthy, that'd be a different conversation. But right now, from what just last couple weeks, I gotta hand it to the Bears. Plus, I like what the Bears are doing, especially with their ground game. Caleb Williams late in the game, he's making plays. I gotta tip my cap to Ben Johnson. He's done a tremendous job because you guys asked me early on in the year, and I'll admit, y'all asked if the Bears were for real. I was like, no, I didn't think it was for real. I thought I was gonna catch up to him at some point, but I kept looking, and then I was like, wait a minute. All right, this team, they here. They here. This ain't no next year project. They here right now. So got to give the Bears credit for that one.
For real.
See, Senator says you got the Patriots or the Bills and the 49ers, Steelers, Rams. So you basically got almost everybody there, Samuel.
Yeah, shit. You picked the whole damn playoff 50. No, you ain't gonna lose.
Somebody gonna win. He gonna win with somebody.
Hell yeah.
I didn't see Seattle on that list. So let's see. Sheldon says go Canes. All right.
I don't trust that quarterback.
Favorite band?
I ain't got no favorite.
Answer that one.
Who, Kiss? Yeah, that's a band, ain't
it? Yeah.
Kiss, yeah.
Yeah, I don't really have a favorite band myself. All right, so let's see. Giants. Okay, so so Brian Flores, Raiders, Giants, Ravens. If those are the options there, and of course, though, I know you want your boy back. I know you want him back, but let's just pretend for this scenario he's not coming back there, and he gets one of these jobs here. So, of these teams listed, the Ravens, the Giants, the Raiders, make a case for why he should, choose one of those teams. Matter of fact, what we're gonna do is we're gonna let you, Zoe. What team would you like to say makes a best fit for him, and then me and Nash will choose to make a case for some of the other teams.
I would say the Ravens because their defense need to be fixed, and he'll be walking into a situation where he got a veteran quarterback. He ain't got to baby his ass and develop his ass. You just got to get a play call in there. You know what you want to do on offense: run the football, throw the ball. You know what I'm saying? But he gonna fix that defense.
Oh yeah. And so I know I gave you the Ravens basically to go after that, but two things I wanted to point out when it comes to the Ravens and if they did take Brian Flores there. If I'm Brian Flores, obviously that's the team that I want. They're not just because they were the closest to making the playoffs this past year, but look at the stability of the previous coach prior to you. 18 years. That means that if you show this organization signs and you really help them become competitive there, you can be there for a good minute. You know, like I like the stability fact. You're not switching coaches every year in that sense, in that regards. And then in terms of just what the Ravens would get there, defense has always been their calling card. Brian Flores, everywhere he goes, you look at his, first 3 years and the difference between year one. Year one, it may take a minute to, take effect, but year two, you see results on that defense there. Year three, you're definitely somewhere in that top, 10 consistently. He's done it two places when it comes to the defense. Vikings and the Dolphins, you look at what he's done. And so for a fact, give him 3 years with the Raiders, that defense is going to be in the, let's just say, top 13, top 15 of the league for sure.
Real.
And they're going to be getting better. So that's what you get for that. But Nash, I'm going to give you the difficult job of making a case for Brian Flores to be the coach of the Giants. And I'll chime in and help if needed on that one.
For the Giants? I don't know, man, because I don't see him going to the Giants. Oh, man, the Giants.
Unless you want the Raiders.
Well,
You choose that
yeah,
one too.
I wouldn't recommend him go to the. I say Giants over the Raiders though, because you go to the Raiders, you're probably gonna get fired. He ain't gonna be that long. So, I mean, I wouldn't mind taking the Giants though if I was him, because you already got you a good receiver. You know what I'm saying?
Mhm.
You got some pieces on defense. You may need a couple more. I think the Giants just come down to like the quarterback position. Like, do you believe in Jackson Dart? So. Because they got what's his name?
Absolutely. Scatterbone.
Scatterboo.
Yeah, he cool. I feel like he can't be the main back though. I think he just the fans like him. He more like a short yardage power type back. But I think offensively they got some pieces. So it's just gonna come down to do you like the quarterback really at the end of the day? So me
Oh, yeah,
personally,
he's
I don't
saying.
like Jackson Dart, but
I don't like his ass
um
neither.
so so I think that's what they're gonna come down to. Like, if he go there, you see what you got at receiver, you got some pieces on defense, so they got
Okay.
potential. I would say that. So they ain't on. They still ain't making the playoffs over us, but you know what I'm saying. They they cool though. I
Okay.
can see them in
Okay.
the Giants though. I can see it. I can see it.
Now,
I can see it.
I'll try my best to make a case for the Raiders, in which I don't think this is going to happen where he goes to the Raiders. But if the Raiders were lucky enough to where he chose to go to the Raiders there, they'd have to give my man a lot of time there. Some good things you do have is that obviously, if you pair yourself with a brilliant offensive coordinator, GM there, bring in potentially it could be quarterback of the future if that's the direction you want to go, in which, hey, that's the quickest way to turn around by year two. You get your quarterback this year. The team's a mess. There's not going to be much pressure in year one to go out there and, actually win. So, hey, keep them behind whoever's the veteran quarterback, whether that's Gino, Aiden O'Connor, whoever it is. Don't throw them into the fire yet because you got nobody to throw the ball to. You got a lot of work to do. A lot of work to do.
Yeah.
So if I'm
I
taking this
would.
job and I'm here with the Raiders, you got to, yeah, go ahead.
I will say this though, like if I was him, but don't you gotta think about okay, they fired Pete after 1 year.
But
He ain't winning.
he was horrible though.
He was also old.
But
He wasn't a long-term
he was
solution.
on. But what's the coach before him too? They fired him too after 1 year. So I think that'll be something to think about. If
Let me
that
tell
But
you
was me, it's
this.
like
but
digging the team.
what y'all not saying this though. The Raiders got a nice young running back they drafted last year. They got a nice tight end in Brock Brower, I believe his name is. They got Mason Crosby, the defensive end. They got the first overall draft pick, and I think they got like $100-something million they working with. They can spend in free agency. Something like the New England Patriots, what they did in 1 year.
Yeah. I mean, this wouldn't be my first choice, but and I'm gonna say this to what you said earlier, Nash, about like getting them fired and stuff like that. You know how much these coaches are making when they get fired? I mean, worst case scenario, you get fired, you get a good shoot, like 40, 50 mil, can take another job, get paid on top of that. So don't worry about that aspect. You just need to make sure if you're gonna go there, that they're gonna have a plan that you like, that you can follow. Because if you don't like that plan, you're gonna be the scapegoat.
And another thing here with the Raiders, you talk about. Do y'all know the Raiders are currently paying 8 coaches who not even on the staff no more? That's crazy.
That's a lot. They never learn. They never learn.
But like, would you put your faith though in a rookie quarterback though? Because I feel like Mendoza, he good, but he ain't.
It ain't about. I don't think he worth the number 1 overall draft pick. Honestly,
Me either. I don't think he good, but I don't think he that good though. Like I don't think he changing the franchise.
Now, when you say not worth the number 1 pick, is it because you believe more so in Moore as being that first overall pick, or is it just in general because of like irregardless of that, just in general?
I just don't feel like in this draft there is a quarterback worth going number 1 versus what you can get at the number 1 spot, or you can trade down a few spots and you can get a dog, and you probably can get a quarterback in a later first, second round, or whatever you do it though. But first overall, like that first overall draft pick to me, he got to be a game changer, bro. Like you the first person getting picked over hundreds of players. That's just my mind at the first overall draft pick. I'm not trying to get on mediocre motherfucking quarterback at the first overall draft pick.
Yeah, I'll say this. You guys bring up really good points there, and I have to agree with that. I've always been a believer that you don't bring in the quarterback, especially to play right away, if you don't have the pieces to support him. Because I do believe you can ruin a quarterback that way. Quarterbacks, they talk about it all the time. Game managers are game changers and stuff, but essentially every quarterback needs to have an offensive line. You're going to have an offensive line. Even the great Joe Burrow, who went to the Super Bowl that 1 year with a horrible offensive line, he's been hurt almost every other year because no offensive line. You've got to have an offensive line. And that's what the Bears did right by Caleb Williams, by getting him an offensive line this past offseason. And then you got to have a coach, someone that comes in and installs the right culture. We can't be having guys playing at the pool table while we just lost by 30. We can't be having that. The guys that are out there just trying to reach their, accelerators and stuff in their contracts. We got to have guys that are committed to winning. We got to have ownership that knows what to do. Like for example, I much rather, and this might be controversial, but I much rather have what Indianapolis has, where the owner herself is out there. As long as she's not saying stuff to interrupt the flow, if she wants to understand what's going on to the people that she's paying all this money to, I'd rather have that than have an owner that's out there throwing beer down at a fan and stuff like that, just because he don't like what the fan's saying. I'd rather have someone that's trying to at least understand what's going on if she doesn't fully understand already. So at least it's not like Jerry Jones where he's just out there just running a circus,
Right.
So ownership matters.
Yeah,
because that's the partnership you're going to have.
So I got a question though. Besides those 3 teams though, because it's other teams that need their head coach. They got to fight like the Cardinals, the Falcons, the Browns. So what y'all think about that?
Man, first off, I don't know. I don't trust the fucking Browns ownership.
Yeah.
Then the Falcons.
That'll be a good situation though. The Falcons, you got a running back, receiver, tight end.
Yeah, but see, you just said it. Shit, them contracts about to be due in a minute.
Oh yeah.
Shit, them contracts to fucking expire. But Falcons is a nice landing spot though. You got 2 running backs.
It'll be a nice,
They got a nice defense. You got something to work with.
Yeah, you do, but the quarterback spot.
I was about to say, like, do you believe in Michael Penix Jr.?
Or
Because if
Kirk
you don't, What are y'all gonna do about that if you don't believe in him? Or Kirk Cousins, and you gonna let him walk now? Because if you let him walk, you're gonna need to get another quarterback to come in.
Yeah.
You're gonna need another quarterback because Michael Penix Jr. continuously gets hurt. So,
I'll
Yeah,
keep Kirk.
but yeah,
I'll
I do
keep
like
him.
the idea of the Falcons as a potential place as well. Because I don't want to see Brian Flores go to a really really bad team. You know, I feel like he's a good coach. I feel like coaches like him who have been coaches before. This is their second run. Don't send them to another place where it's a bad team. We saw how that happens before. They may not be a builder, but can they take a team that's like just not like top five or top eight bad. Maybe they can take a team that's, a little bit better, a little further down the road, just need the right coach to elevate them into being a playoff team. And let's see what he does.
It's gonna be
I,
Atlanta. I'm telling you, he
hey,
gonna be in Atlanta.
I
All
got
right,
a hot
let's
take
let's
for
see what everybody
y'all.
else got to say here. So SM says Ole Miss over Miami, Indiana over Oregon. So okay, and I believe that's what you guys said as well, right? Ole Miss over Miami,
Yeah,
Indiana over Oregon. Both of you guys said that.
Mhm. Yeah.
yeah, damn near. But hey, I got a hot take for y'all though.
What's up?
Say what?
I said, you hear me, JB?
Yeah, I hear you now.
I said I got a hot take for y'all.
Okay.
John Harbaugh to the Cincinnati Bengals. They need to fire Zach Taylor.
They said they're gonna keep him. They
Fuck what
already
they said. They
said
lie all the time.
it.
Get rid of that man and go hire John
I
Harbaugh.
He is terrible though.
I've been
Like
thinking
that.
that for the longest in terms of just I don't think Zach's that guy. He's just I don't know. I feel like he's too whether it's player friendly. I can't put my thumb on what it is, but when I look at him, I don't see that leadership that they need. They need leadership. You look at there's a reason why Joe Burrow is going through a depression right now. He's clearly going through something right now, and that's because y'all don't let the man have his way so much. And now it's a mess. It's like what you always say, Zoe, about them contracts there. They tried to appease the franchise quarterback. They're like, oh, Joe Burrow, we need you. You can get us to the Super Bowl. You want it? Okay, fine. Let's break the bank. Chase, you break the bank. T. Higgins, you break the bank. Like everybody he likes breaks the bank, but now it's not showing up on the field. Now you're
Man,
looking bad. Now he's not enjoying football no more.
if the
He's giving press
Damn.
conferences with mixed signals. So you've been right about that, Zoe. You've been
but
right the whole time.
but JB, if you see Harbaugh back in the AFC North, that would be by far the best coach they done hired since they had that fucking football team. And he'd be going against the Ravens twice a
That'd
year
be
with Joe B
crazy.
at his quarterback.
That'd be crazy.
That right there
hmm
would make the Bengals so much more money.
That'd be crazy though.
That would be crazy.
It would be, but
Yeah.
he's not going to do that.
No, the owner's
You
an
know he's not going to
asshole.
do that.
But
Not
Joe
only
Burrow need to
that,
say
Yeah.
something. Joe B runs shit.
Yeah. I don't
he
think they
tired of running
respect Zach
stuff.
Taylor though. He like, I don't know, it's just something about him. Like you can look at him and tell, like, yeah, they run over him. I don't think they
Yeah.
listen to what he say.
Man,
I
Joe
think they
Burrow
just
run
listen to
that
what Joe
damn
Burrow say.
thing.
Yeah, yeah. Yeah, he run it. But I said Harbaugh, though, he might go. I could see him at the Ravens though. Not Ravens, but I'm tripping. Raiders. I could see him going to the Raiders or the Giants.
I like the Giants for him.
I
Got a
think Giants
defense.
make sense too, just
Yeah.
because not only that, you don't want to join the same division as your brother and cause him to potentially get fired if you two are are competing for the same thing. It's more like, hey, let's both try to get to the Super Bowl and meet each other at the Super Bowl, like it
Again.
used to be back when Jim was with the 49ers and stuff. So he may take an NFC team for that reason. I
Yeah, I
could
like
see.
the Giants for him too, though, for real.
But y'all know who not gonna get a job though? Oh, Raheem Morris. He ain't getting a head coach job no more. I think that's it.
No, he gonna be a DC.
Yeah, he ain't. Yeah, that's about
Me
it.
too.
We'll take him in Dallas as a DC. That's about it. But
Yeah,
like
you lie.
a
See, you
head
lie to me.
coach.
He coming to Minnesota, B-Flow League.
Now, I gotta ask y'all this,
Nah.
and just for cookie dough, I'm the only one that chose the Pats. These other two chose the Chargers there to win that one. But in terms of the most surprising candidate in terms of being looked at for a head coach, we didn't even mention the Tennessee Titans job at all. Because that's an open job too, but nobody wants it right now. Because I mean, they looked horrible this past season. But what was the most surprising thing that when you read it, it made your eyes pop out? Like they're really thinking about this coach I'll go first with this one because Zoe already know who that person is for me. When I saw 8-8 Jason Garrett name being thrown into the conversation for head
For
coach,
what?
that told me the circus is fully in town this
Yeah.
offseason. Now, he's not the only name that really came to me, and I was
Hold
like,
on.
huh? What?
A
But
head
that
coach
was the
for
most
who?
shocking one for me. So,
Tennessee.
Zoe, I'll ask you next.
I would say
For
like I like him though, but as I'm seeing all the coaches available, like Mike McCarthy.
I seen
Shout out
this
to Mike
name
McCarthy.
for the
Like I like him
Giants.
though, but there's some coaches out there like you. I'm high. You if everybody else get picked up. Like what have Mike McCarthy done in the last 10 to 20 years?
Yeah. I think I will
Hey,
give him
still
this. I
still
will
living
give
off
him
the Aaron
this.
Rodgers years.
I will give him this. I think he'll get a job just because of that, because he do got a Super Bowl. And I seen that the Giants was looking at him.
Yeah,
But also too, I give him this too though. Like when he first got with us, when Dak was healthy, we did go 12-5 2 years in a row. So, you know, I think the Giants will pick him up though. But Jason Garrett, oh my God.
yeah.
I thought that
I don't
was
know
your
why you
boy.
interview him.
That was your boy with the Cowboys, wasn't it? 8-8
Man,
Jason
oh,
Garrett.
I don't know
I can
why
see
you. Huh?
I can see a
I
team
couldn't
like
believe it, man.
I can see a team like Tennessee or the Cardinals doing something like that. I can see that happening. Just cause like
Probably because
nobody
nobody
don't take
wants that.
Tennessee.
Nobody probably wants that damn job.
Right,
You're
Tennessee.
right. You're
Nobody don't
right.
want to work there, so they gonna have to. Hey, bro, they'll hire you, man, for that
That's a
job. You
big
apply
They
for
could.
difference.
They for sure could hire me. Shit, I'll put them together.
it.
Yeah,
Hey, they got to give you like a 10-year whatever they gave John Gruden, they got to give you a contract like that, man. But what was that, 10
yeah.
years, 100 million?
That was crazy.
Fully
That was a
guaranteed.
crazy contract.
Yeah,
Fully guaranteed. They be paying for the after year one, that's it. They'll fire you.
yeah.
9 years of just getting paid.
Hell yeah, sitting on your ass.
Then John,
That's
ain't he trying to
insane.
get back to coaching,
Hey,
right?
that's what it
Ain't
says.
nobody, ain't
Packers
nobody about
versus
to hire him.
Bears.
I don't think so either.
Yeah, and what about Cliff Kingsbury? How y'all feel about him as a head coach?
Hell no, man. I don't like him. I don't like him as a player. His offense don't fucking evolve. It's the same shit every year.
Mm-hmm.
You know, you ever met a person that failed upwards? It's like every time they failed, they end up in a better situation just without even improving the failure. That's been Cliff his entire career. Because I believe, didn't he get fired as a college coach and ended up as a head coach years
Yeah.
ago in the NFL and then he got fired? He's ended up, and I'm like, how is he doing this? I don't understand it. I feel like the Commanders already said, hey, even if he doesn't get a head coaching job, we're moving on from him. That tells you everything you need to know. And you think you're going to bring him in to be the head coach and that he's going to help a team when he's already shown before that he can't do it. He
Nah,
just can't do it. He must be a likable guy, so he must be a likable guy.
the offense, man, just like when he was in Arizona, the offense just stayed the same. And he don't like to
Mm-hmm.
run the football. That's why him and Dan Quinn were having issues.
Mm-hmm.
Like your offense is ass, bro. What the fuck offense is this you running?
From what people say though, he run like
A college
a
style.
college style
He
like
a college
offense.
dude.
That's right.
So
He is. College guy that must have had one heck of a reference and got into the NFL. I don't know how that works. I don't know
Man,
how that
you can
works.
thank Arizona for that move.
I did see Antonio Pierce's name come up for I
That's a
think just for the
that
Giants though.
that for the Ronnie rule, man. That's just for the Ronnie rule, bro.
yeah, nobody ain't gonna hire him, man. I'm
Hell
sorry.
no.
What's good, Kenneth?
Like
Oh
he should
man,
be a coordinator or something right now to get his rank up.
he thinks
Yeah.
he meant to go into Baltimore, and so okay. But when it comes to just the best, the best two candidates for head coaching, just across the board right now, if you had to pick two, Zoe, then Nash, I'll ask you after that. Just who comes to mind when you think of your top two for coaching candidates in this coaching carousel? And is it someone that may be in college that you feel like should be considered? I know college doesn't always work out, but sometimes it might.
No, I ain't got nobody in college. I would say Hardball and Brian Flores.
Yeah.
Say that again.
I would say I ain't got no college coaches, and I would say Harbaugh and Flores.
Yeah. I agree with Brian Flores. I think he'd be the main one everybody will want because, like, what he did with the Ravens. I'm not Ravens, but
Dolphins.
the not the what's the
The
Vikings.
your
Vikings most recently.
Vikings? Dang, yeah, the Vikings. What he doing with the Vikings though? I think a lot of people want him as their head coach. Um, so I say him, and I could see Harbaugh getting picked up really fast too. So, yeah.
Okay.
So I agree.
How you feel
I agree with
about
Zoe.
how you feel about Vance Joseph? His name kind of comes up once again in this coaching cycle.
That's the Bronco DC, right?
I'm gonna say, was he most recently? Because I know he's been there before, but it's like, is that his most recent destination? Is that where he's at now, or
I think that was I think he there. You said you who you say again?
Vance Joseph?
Yeah, I think he in Denver, right?
I gotta double check where he's
I
been
don't,
at
I
because
don't
he's
really,
been around the league so long. It's like I'm trying to
I
remember if
don't
he's still there.
I don't really know too
Yeah, I
much
think
about
so.
him for real. I know his defense would be good though, but I don't know. I really don't know too much about him.
No, I think sometimes though, some people just they don't need to be head coach. They need to stick to what they do. They good at what they do. They might not be good at leading the whole like everybody. They good at like a certain unit. So
Yeah.
some people just need to stay in their role.
Oh snap! I didn't even
Y'all think
realize.
y'all think Miami gonna fire their head coach?
Lamont,
Mike
I
Miller.
don't. I,
I
they
don't think
could
they're
have
gonna
been
do
did
It
it.
it.
I
was a
don't think so.
If they're gonna do it, they'd have done it by now. You don't want to be
Yeah,
behind in the coach search. They right now looking at the GM and they're like, let's get the GM now. And if that don't work, then you best believe next year he'll be out. But
yeah,
they're
yeah,
focusing on the GM,
yeah. He
in
got one
that's
which
more. He
true.
got one more year.
they got questions. That's a team that got questions. It's like, all right, what y'all gonna do with Tua?
I think
Like,
I think they'll give him
what
another
y'all gonna get
year
back
with
for him?
with a new quarterback. Yeah, that's true. Hey,
So
people
I
been
mean,
trying to say
are they gonna
trade
run
him
it
for
back with what, Quinn Ewers?
no. Oh no.
Because Tua was benched these last couple games, so is
Nah.
Quinn Ewers gonna be QB1 next year? They
Lamont,
gonna have
what's
him
the deal?
compete?
Oh, that's a trend. But the Dolphins, that shit just over with.
Yeah. Yeah. I
That's
think
yeah, that's
two
a
not
tough.
two, but Tyreek, I think he gone one a year.
Who?
Tyreek Hill. I don't
Oh
think he
yeah,
gonna be
yeah,
back with
yeah.
Miami when he come back.
No,
So
Might be time to retire if I'm Tyree. It really might
hell
be.
yeah,
I
Now,
think
I know
he'll
he got a
get
lot
one
of kids
more.
to support, so he might come back for that. But
Yeah.
yeah.
that'd be the only
Yeah.
reason.
I don't
Like
know
Did
SC
about
y'all
that
says,
see
one.
honestly, I think the
the
Giants are the best job other than Baltimore.
Yeah, I think Giants and Baltimore the best.
yeah, Giants,
See,
Baltimore, and Atlanta?
see. Atlanta needs a culture changer. They really do. Someone is going to
Yeah,
establish a culture, and a winning culture, a
I
winning culture. Because there's
I
no
like.
reason why, for both them and Tampa Bay, with the talent that they have, there's no reason why that the Carolina Panthers, with the record that they finished with, should have won that division. They all finished with what, the same record and stuff, but they all look lost. And that's a tough place to be in, Zoe, because you're middle of the road. And so you're good enough to where you're like, hey, I don't want to do clean house here, but you're bad enough to where you keep coming in the middle of the road. And for Falcon fans, they got to be frustrated, man. Like, hey, if you got to tear the house down to build it up correctly, by all means, don't keep me in a house that, like the windows can't close and stuff, the door won't shut, but we just because we got a roof on and we're surviving the major storms, like, hey, let's fix this thing. Let's tear it down. And you got some key pieces already. John
Mhm.
Robinson, that combination, him, Algier, gotta like that.
I
Kyle
kind of
Pitts decided he wanted to play during a contract year. I don't know how I feel about that in terms of how much
yeah.
money he would get. What do you say, Zoe?
I'm cool on Kyle Pitts though, but I will say this, man. I'm thinking about it. Like you said, they need a culture change. You know who would be a good fit over there for real? Mike McCarthy.
You,
For
dropping
real.
Mike McCarthy.
I think
He he for sure would change the culture and probably can, you know what I'm saying, fix that offense a little bit.
yeah. I like Mike McCarthy though.
You know,
I
Mike
feel
McCarthy.
like,
But one thing you do know, he don't be on bullshit though.
yeah, I like Mike McCarthy over there though. That'll be
Like
straight.
you said, they need a culture change over there, man.
Mm-hmm. They do.
Yeah.
That's
Because
some that's somebody I'll run with for like 2-3 years to change the culture. Then let him just fix the shit and get his ass up out of there.
that one, you know,
Fire about these fits.
For real.
that's honestly the plan and feel like some of these teams have. Like, all right, we'll bring him in for 1, maybe 2 years, then we're gonna fire him and get the coach we really want.
Yeah,
So,
for real though. You gotta do
but
that
pay him
sometime,
nicely
man.
though. So
It's a
they
dog,
might
it's a
take
cold
more.
world.
The real thing is
Mm.
though, like from a GM perspective, I know Miami's looking for a GM. I forget who the other team is that's looking for a GM too. But getting someone from like the 49ers organization, because somehow the 49ers always find another player that,
Yeah.
like can come in. Fred Warner goes down, you find someone to plug in. They be finding depth because they need it, because they go through so many guys. So getting a GM like that knows how to build a team the right way with some depth,
Or
that's important.
or somebody
That's
from the
important.
Eagles.
I guess so they might take more. Let's see. Nico Harrison says breaking news: Josh Allen was traded for Trey Young and 3 first-round picks.
Josh Allen.
Massive news for the unemployed.
Oh,
So
Nico.
yeah, I keep losing track of time myself here.
Yeah.
Let's see. Some says Flores might be what the Raiders need. They need someone to change the culture. Now, from the Raiders' perspective only, like Brian Flores, if you got better option and you watching this for some, hey, choose the better job, all right? But
Yeah.
if
I
you
would,
do go there, you got to pair him with a great offensive coordinator. And if you do that and the GM and stuff, who's the Raiders' current GM right now? I don't even know who the current GM is right now
they
for the
fired
Raiders.
him,
But
I think.
if he gets it right, it's going to take some years now. Year one, a win might be if you get to 6 wins. That might be, a six wins, and you figure out the quarterback position. And like Zoe said, maybe you take them in the 3rd or 4th round, and it works out.
Or
That's a
get
major win.
get him
I think
trade that pick, get him next year.
I
Hmm
can see them getting somebody like, Kyler Murray gonna be on a new team.
Nah.
Kyler.
I thought we were
I
trying
can
to
see
fix the
them.
culture here.
Right.
I be trying to fix the
That's
culture
true.
here. The Raiders have seen what happens when you have a quarterback that won't watch
Oh,
film like
I
Jamarcus
got a
Russell. So,
quarterback for you though. I got a quarterback for you, JB, to the Raiders if they get B-Flow.
mhm.
Malik Willis.
Mm.
Malik, if you're watching this, the best place for you is to
Nah.
stay put. Don't
Yeah.
don't, don't go there. He's a nice guy. I
He needs
like
some. They
Malik
need some
Willis.
weapons for him.
He's a backup though. He need to be a backup. Stay a
Nah,
backup.
man, he about to
Stay a
get
backup.
paid. Or
I'm telling
I
you.
can see him going to Indy though, for real.
Who? Malik Willis.
Yeah.
That's a
Speaking
stop.
of Indy, what should the Colts do with Anthony Richardson? What are some
Cut
teams
him.
that should consider looking for Anthony Richardson?
Probably the
Nobody.
Rams.
He ain't it, man.
I'll say the Rams. Hardball probably. You gotta go somewhere somebody know what they doing with quarterbacks. I would say Hardball, McVay. Shit, that's about really it for me, for real.
Yeah. The
So,
only place I
in
can
this
see.
scenario, if he goes to McVay, do you guys believe that his problem can be fixed? And when I say his problem, the first thing that comes to mind is injuries. Because what the heck happened to where my man hurt and he was already the backup when he got hurt to where he had to miss that many weeks. And when they needed him, this was his, chance to get back in there and reclaim the team possibly. And he's out. So then they have to go find, 3rd string, pick up Phillip Rivers, bring him off the couch, all of that. And then what, the year before, didn't he one time take himself out the game?
He
My man
Yeah,
took
did.
some
himself
shit
out the
like that.
game. Y'all remember that?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I remember that. Man, I think with him though, bro, I really don't see him. I think even if he go to another team, he still will be a project, and I just don't see him starting nowhere. I think he's just gonna be this like quality backup. But I forgot. I know somebody we didn't mention though. They can go somewhere. Oh, Justin Fields. He gonna be on another
Man,
team
Justin
next
Field
year.
trash.
Yeah, gonna be on the
He,
USFL. Shoot, these days are done, man. Like that's it. He
are you
gets
think
no
it's over for
support from
him?
me.
Hell
It
yeah, he
should
going to
be.
the UFL.
Yeah, the USFL, that's not bad. Shoot, or unless you can go to the Canadian Football League, one of the two. My man just can't throw. I hate to see it happen to him. Coming from someone that played at Ohio State and stuff. I don't know what happened, but sometimes you know how you experience trauma and it affects you for life. This man done messed up. It's a lost cause. And going to the Jets that last time was a major mistake. He should have stayed down there in Pittsburgh. They were willing to give him the keys that season. Should have stayed down there, but nah, he went to the Jets of all teams. So you're gonna take a broken part and put it on a broken car and expect it to work.
Yeah, I
So
think he
now,
messed up by going to the Jets.
best case scenario is like Zoe was saying about Anthony Richardson, but he already did that before. He did to let me sit behind, for a year and stuff. It's just not going to work. Send him somewhere else where he can use his legs and stuff and just, become a gadget quarterback or whatever. It's not happening. He's not that.
I think somebody give
And
him
that's
one more
keeping it a buck.
chance.
One more
Just like
chance.
a
How many
team that
coaches you want to
really
see fired?
I think somebody that really need a quarterback, I think they'll give him a chance to try to
Compete.
compete for the job.
Compete
I
for the
don't think they'll
backup
bring him
spot? He
like
gonna be on the
somebody
Zach
like
Wilson plan. He gonna be in the Zach Wilson plan. Come in as a third string quarterback. That's
I can
it.
see him
We
going
need
to a
somebody for the tush
team.
push.
I can see him going to a team that's like on a quarterback that might not be there long, you
The
know,
Rams.
Your
like the
Cowboys.
Rams. So, huh?
I said your
But you
Cowboys.
crazy.
I mean,
But you crazy. But I can see him going to I can see him going to somewhere like Tampa Bay. I can see that. I
hey,
can
but
see
seriously though, don't your Cowboys, y'all back at quarterback is who? Joe Milton right now?
yeah.
Y'all really want to run it back with Joe Milton as quarterback too? That if that goes down, y'all got to trust in Joe Milton.
Yeah, Joe Milton
I th-
ass.
he has.
He
But
got no accuracy at all,
I
none.
think though, I think they don't want to you don't want to bring in a name they're gonna make some noise, you know? I think they bring in somebody like a Justin Fields or something like that. You know how some Cowboy
Mhm.
fans gonna say, oh, Justin Fields can go out there and Anthony Richardson can go out there. Cause they were saying that with Joe Milton when we got him, they were saying, oh, he was gonna be the starter. That he was gonna take over
No, they
in
they
a couple
don't they don't
years.
know they don't know football.
That's what I was saying. I was like, ain't no way y'all
Yeah, don't
believe
li-
in Anthony.
don't listen to them. Joe Milton wasn't shit in college.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Shoot, they said the same thing about Trey Lance. Oh, Trey Lance, they got Trey Lance, so he
Y'all like
going
these
in a couple of years.
experimental project quarterbacks. That's what y'all. Jerry Jones be trying to sell tickets in the preseason. Like, hey, we got Trey Lance in the preseason. He's worried about the preseason selling tickets. Y'all should have
Yeah,
kept what's that guy Cooper Rush as a
Yeah,
backup. Cooper Rush don't showed y'all what he can do, but y'all went
a
out there
solid backup.
experimenting, getting Joe Milton, getting Trey Lance. Like, why?
Yeah, it
Why?
was a waste of
These guys.
picks.
Yeah,
So I don't like
that
that.
was.
So we should have definitely killed Cooper Rush because he did win us some games. So when that go out, he can hold it down. So um, who else may need a quarterback? I want with the Saints can bring Justin Fields in as just like
No,
a
not
backup for
they.
Tyler. What's his name?
Tyler
Tyler
Shaw.
Shuck.
man, I'm not
Yeah.
sold. I'm not sold
They
on
still
that
got
damn
Spencer
quarterback.
Rattler
So I don't
as a
think he
backup.
that good. So um, but yeah, send them somewhere they can okay, they starters is okay. Carolina gonna be needing the quarterback soon. I'm telling y'all, watch. I give
Yeah,
them. They ain't gonna pay him that money
Mhm.
when it's time to pay
hell
him. They ain't
no.
gonna want to pay him. So they're gonna be needing the quarterback. Um, Gino, he out in the league. He done. He had his
Yeah, Geno
chance.
through.
Gino had his chance. So it's
Yeah, that shit over with.
Mhm.
yeah.
All right, let's see. So you can see Morris to the Vikings.
Yeah,
Says the Titans should hire McCarthy, not Matt Nagy. That's another
hell
name that
no.
keeps throwing me off.
Hell no,
Seeing
not
Matt
no
Nagy
Mac
name go through
Nagy.
the whoo.
Fuck no.
I'm like, y'all don't learn. All right, Sandra says, JB, if you don't mind me asking, where old man as of lately? Yeah, that's a good question there. So old man, he recently started working a new job to where he basically gets up at like 3 a.m. in the morning to start working. So that's why he has not been joining there because he's got to get up early for work. So if he does happen to find time where he gets off, then he'll join. But most of the time now, it'll be, me, Zoe. Hopefully we get Nash back up here again. Like to see him up here more consistently. So, but yeah, so that's where Old has been as of late, just out there working, collecting that paper.
Oh yeah.
And so let's see, Packers versus Jags, Super Bowl showdown. And so, all right, so Vance Joseph on the Broncos there. That explains why they have the defense they have. So, mhm. So yeah, but it's all about fit. It's the pairing of not just the team, but the GM. Because ultimately, even if you're a great cook, you need the ingredients to cook with. And the GM is the one that goes out there and buys the ingredients. So for all of these coaches, you got to make sure that when you talk with that GM, y'all seeing eye to eye. You can't have a scenario like what they showed with the Falcons GM before he got fired. They showed the little clip of Arthur Blank, like, why did we take Michael Penix Jr. when we just signed Kirk Cousins? I just paid this man all this money, and you're gonna take a quarterback in the first round. You can't have that. You can't have that.
Yeah.
So, because that pick could have been used somewhere else to help out. Let's see. Is John Hubbard retiring or is he just done in Baltimore? Just done in Baltimore is what every indication seems like. His own brother basically says he believes that, John will be coaching again next year.
Yeah, he said next
So,
week. He said next week he doing interviews.
See, I don't think he should don't want to take a year off though, just to all right, let me sit back just for a year. I've been coaching 18 years in a row. So they
He
had this
went,
time
man.
just to.
He went for that Buffalo job to open up, man.
Oh, it's gonna be open soon. I give
Yeah.
them if they lose this year, they might get them up out of there. Cause this Josh Allen
Should they
year.
lose this weekend?
Yeah, they lose. Yeah, he gonna be fired next. Remember that was talking about
No,
that a couple of
I
years
think
ago.
Harbaugh. I think he honed up the whole process with everybody though.
Mm-hmm.
literally coaching for his job. All right, let's see.
So
Tua gone.
What you mean?
So now, Zoe, I know when I asked you earlier about Tua, you said you believe Tua's going to be staying put. And of course, Miami financially has, done that. But hey, some of the interviews that they've given Tua, he's like he'd like a fresh start and stuff. They already tried to see, with Quinn Ewers what that looks like. So if in the case that they do decide to move on from Tua, what would be some good destinations that y'all could potentially see for Tua?
Man,
Like
probably
if you're
like
Tua's agent, you're like, hey, let's do this.
man, probably like to the Raiders for a little pit stop. Probably to the Jets for a little pit stop, or like I don't know, Tua, man. He gonna be a fucking backup anyway. I don't know. Shit. He don't like the cold, so I don't know. Shit. I don't know.
It's tough because layup that all the injuries and stuff, the inconsistencies, and then it's just personality wise, like one of the biggest red flags I have about Kyler Murray, like in the locker room, are you gonna rub guys the wrong way? Not to say that I think that he's like a nuisance to that level, like I view Kyler Murray sort of, but I do think that he has like some things that when he goes to the press conference and calling guys out, and guys are like, who are you to call us out? And stuff like, what are you doing on the football field? You know,
Yeah.
when the weather goes down, your accuracy goes down as well.
Mm-hmm.
Like, so there's a lot of stuff going on with Tua. What do you say, Nash?
with Tua,
You said you want Tua in Dallas?
oh no. I think Tua gonna get another chance though. But I think the problem is they just paid him all that money, so uh, he may go somewhere like the Cardinals or I'm trying to think. If he goes to the Jets, that's just he might well go on just retire at that point.
Yeah, but shit,
Uh,
it be cold in New York.
Yeah,
yeah.
yeah.
So
So I don't know where the
I
fuck he
don't
go.
know. Yeah, I don't really know where he go because I don't know. I really don't know. I
He
guess the
might go to
Raiders.
he might go to Indy. They got a dome.
Yeah. Oh, I know who need a
It would be
quarterback.
tough,
The
man.
Vikings. The Vikings need a quarterback.
No,
Y'all need a
hey,
quarterback.
we ain't doing we ain't doing that tonight. We got
I'm
us a
just
quarterback.
who
But y'all want someone to come in and
y'all
compete?
call them nine. Ain't that what y'all call them? Nine.
Hey, why everybody? Hey, that's crazy though. Don't everybody got a nickname though?
Yeah,
Man,
y'all quarterback. I'm telling you, the only nickname that fits him is the handoff merchant. That is the best nickname, the
That's
handoff
that was
merchant.
crazy. He couldn't even throw the ball in college. I don't know what y'all had going on, man.
Oh
man. He
shoot.
gonna be
He
all right.
he good. He good and terrible. He can't stay healthy. He got
So,
hurt. He got hurt again the last game of the year.
He just gotta stay
Dizzy
healthy though.
James.
That's the only issue. We see what happened this
I
year.
think y'all messed up letting on San Antonio go though. I think y'all should
Fuck
have
no,
kept him.
I don't want no fucking Sam Darnold.
But you believe in San
Hey,
Antonio. You
just
said
want
they
to say
gonna make it
this.
to the Super Bowl.
I said I believe in Seattle.
That's true. That's
In
right. That's
spite of
right.
Sam.
Hell yeah, shit.
So, hey, well, let me say this though. I want to thank everybody, in the chat for coming through. This is really going great. I appreciate you guys. I know it's a little bit later than we typically do
Yeah.
have these shows. It's been a minute since we've had this show here. Glad that we were able to get Nash to come through and join us here. We do miss Old Man also, but glad to have you guys, coming through here. And this is great, guys. After today, college football playoffs tomorrow, we're going to see who puts up in the big game. For Carson Beck, who would have thought Carson Beck would go further than his former team, UGA, when they cast him off? Who would have thought that he'd be in the Final Four with the Miami Hurricanes? Hurricane fans been saying forever, we back, but this year, they really back. This year in college football has just really been one of those resets. But you know what we haven't talked about yet in terms of college football? We'll come back to the NFL, but we have not talked about the fact that basically 25% of the college football players have entered the transfer portal. And so that is a massive change for rosters everywhere. We got what, like Washington over there trying to hold their quarterback hostage to a contract he just agreed to for the NIL, just agreed to it, but now he wants to opt in and leave. Everybody wants to leave there. So how do we all feel about the transfer portal, especially with it being this time of the year? It's such a distraction for teams that still have something to play for at this point. And in the game that we love so much, it teaches kids you don't have to honor your commitment. If you don't like it, leave. You know, so how do you
Uh,
feel?
I just feel like it do need to be some rules in place. But I'm not mad at the kids that up and leaving. The hell, look what Ole Miss head coach done did to them during the damn season. So I can't get mad at the kid. You got grown man who leaving a
Mm,
school in the middle of the damn season. But
hmm
it do need to be some rules and regulations. Like if you decide the NIL deal for however many years, like if it's 1 to 2 year, 3 years, I just feel like you forfeit some money or or you might sit out or something like something need to happen because too many people is leaving year after. Like, damn, it is crazy. But I'm not mad at the kids leaving though. But
mm.
they better
Should
sign
there
1 year deals.
be I feel like really the biggest issue is the timing of everything right now. Like you mentioned about the whole Lane Kiffin debacles, especially, having to see a team that made it to the college football playoffs and your coach leaving, whereas this could have all been something that handled after the season's done. If he was gonna leave, let's finish and honor what we started this year. But it's deeper than that. Bowl games, you got players saying, I'm just gonna sit this one out, or I'm just for the transfer, so I don't care about no bowl game. Nobody's watching anyways. So we got to find a way to fix some of this because, there's a lot of money being invested for guys to just feel like, hey, I'm just about to opt out, or at least the timing of everything. If it's after the
Yeah.
season, fine, do what you want to do. But during the season, at this point,
Oh shit.
nah.
I think my phone
All right,
about to
well, let's see
die,
the
dog.
question here from SM. Let's see. JB
Yeah.
Falcons hiring Matt Ryan to run the team.
Yeah,
How
my
do you
phone about
think
to die,
he's
man.
going to do? Mm, Matt Ryan. I'll say this about, Matt Ryan, having had someone that, obviously played for the organization, understands how things look from inside the locker room and stuff. That's great. Matt Ryan has stayed, involved in football, even though he hasn't been playing lately, but he's still continuously been there. So I say I do like the idea of Matt Ryan there because I'm all for organizations, finding roles for guys to stay involved in the team after they're done playing. I feel like the Cowboys do a great job of just looking out for their players once they're retired, things like that. So Matt Ryan, very passionate. You want someone passionate about the team, and I have no doubt that Matt Ryan's going to, continue to study and evolve. There's going to be some things that maybe this year, if he makes a mistake, next year he'll learn from that. So there will be a learning curve. But if he can help this team to, come up with a different identity, like in general, from a coach perspective, a team building perspective, then I'm all for it. But I'm just going to say, I'm going to caution from year one with Matt Ryan, there's going to be a learning curve. There's going to be a learning curve, but that's okay. That's okay. Sometimes you see that evolution. Zoe, how do you feel about Matt Ryan, to the Falcons, running the Falcons? Or I should say, if they hire him, being a part of the organization.
He a GM? You hear me? You hear me?
I didn't hear that.
Y'all can't hear me?
I can hear you.
You don't hear me, JB?
No, I don't think he can hear you.
Oh, say something now. Let's see if I can hear you now.
Do you hear me now? Huh?
Oh, and again, my audio on my end, most likely. Let's see. Nash, say something. Let me see if I can hear you.
Yo.
All right, so I can hear that. I can hear that. So I just can't hear Zoe right now.
You can't hear
but
me
I feel
now?
like if Zoe keeps talking, eventually I'll be able to hear him.
I
So
said,
I can hear him.
what is Matt Ryan? He a GM or some shit?
I think I seen someone that
Yes.
like hired him for something.
Oh, that's cool. If he's not no GM though, it's good for him to learn some shit, and
Yeah.
probably be a GM later on though. But that's cool.
Isn't his? I can hear you now. Wasn't he hired for something? Because I believe that they were saying that he wanted to be something similar to what Tom Brady has with the Raiders and stuff. So whatever role that is, to where you have some
Or with
input, I believe, with the team.
what's
Okay,
buddy name?
but Tom Brady invested in the Raiders though.
Yeah.
I don't think Matt Ryan
Look and
invested
see
in
if
the
I can
Falcons.
find
The Falcons, like, this
that
ain't the Raiders,
answer.
buddy.
I think they probably doing what Miami doing with Troy, like come in to like
Okay, so
advise
that would be
on.
the Falcons president of football. So that's not no small title there, president of football.
I don't know. I don't get that
So
move though. He was
so
just
the
on
president of
TV, wasn't he?
football.
Because if you're president of football operations, and again, correct me in the chat if I'm wrong, but I believe that, let's see, that would basically be to where, your input, whether it's on, coaching hires or, like that type of stuff, the hires and the people that you bring in, you're
So
involved in that back end aspect.
you kind of over the GM basically.
Yeah, you for
Is
sure
that-
over the GM. But I don't know. That's crazy because he ain't
It's a
been doing
lot.
shit like that lately.
So yeah.
That's true. I think a lot of times they think because he was a great because he had a solid, a decent career. Maybe he got good input on talent.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He can
But you know
recognize
how it
talent or
works.
something like that. He
You know
know.
how it works at that level of the NFL. My bad, Nash. But I was just saying,
I'm good.
at that level of the NFL, it comes down to not so much what you know, but who you know. Connections. That's how a lot of these guys get the job. Because you look at some of the people that's, in these positions, some of them may not have the best qualifications. But a lot of times it just comes down to knowing the right people. And, they like Matt Ryan, throughout his time with the Falcons, great relationship. So that's why they're making the move.
Yeah.
Damn. Must
Yeah.
be nice.
Okay,
Let's see. Harbaugh,
they've been
Miami would
talking
be
about some
badass and so. If
they've been
Miami
talking
would
about
have
some
finally
J
moved
Smith.
on and fired their coach there, I feel like that's the direction that they would have taken there, and that would have been it. But they did not opt to, move on from the. I don't know why they didn't, because I felt like towards the end, I know that they finished kind of okay, but at one point in time, it was looking like it was just a matter of time before they were going to let him go during the season,
Yeah, that
before
shit
they
was
started
bad.
winning.
And his press conferences, they be hard to watch. It's like he just
SGA 46 points. Good night if you took the over.
But I think I'm gonna get on up out of here, man. It's been
Oh yeah,
get ready
appreciate you coming
for the
through.
work, man.
Yeah, I gotta get up early
Oh
too
yeah.
though.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
So it's been
So
real. I'm gonna get back on here with y'all. You know, if y'all get, next Wednesday, I hop on.
All
If
right,
y'all
oh
decide
man.
to
yeah,
get
bet,
on.
bet.
So
Same time. I'll message you the
okay.
details there, but appreciate you coming through. And again, just tell the people one more time where they can find you on social media if they want to follow you somewhere like Twitter or wherever.
Hey, y'all can follow me on Instagram. It's Travis MF Nash on Instagram. Um, but yeah, I'll be back.
All right, take care. Appreciate you coming through.
All right, my
All
guy.
right. All right, y'all have a good one.
All right, you too. All right, so yeah, we're gonna go ahead and end it soon, but let's go ahead and catch up on the comments here. All right, so Chris says Raiders' #1 pick is a quarterback. Let's see. Respect Gamer says the only thing you need to be talking about is who is losing to the Rams in the Super Bowl.
Damn.
Hey, Rams got a great team. Let's see. Respect says Rams and Hoosiers winning it all this year. Hey, that's a smart money bet right there. Rams and
Hell
Hoosiers.
yeah.
Let's see. Chris says Cam Newton is still begging to come back. Hey, Cam Newton be throwing his name out there. He said he felt disrespected that the coach reached out to Phillip Rivers as opposed to him, and I was like, Cam, come on now,
Kill
Cam.
my boy, dog. Kill don't give a fuck.
Now, if that was the Carolina Panthers and Bryce was down, even they wouldn't have reached out to him. But I'm just saying, like, if I can understand if it was Carolina that did that, but you
Yeah.
know, they wanted that guy Phillip Rivers. So, but yeah, he'd
True.
love to have a comeback, but it ain't gonna happen.
Mm-mm.
Let's see. Respect says, hey, if Dan Rivers gets called up, anything is possible in today's game. And so I'll say this about Phillip Rivers though. Like he tried. Like it felt nice from the point of if you watch him at the line of scrimmage, because he does some stuff at the line of scrimmage that these younger quarterbacks don't do a lot of. Like they might change a couple of things, but he was literally out there. Like you can see the adjustments he was making. In the, like it was just nice and refreshing to see. It reminded me of that era that we were used to, where we'd see Peyton Manning, at the line of scrimmage, making all kind of
Yeah.
adjustments there. And that's kind of a dying art almost to that degree. Like, yes, adjustments are being made there, but just to that level of it. That's a guy that's played for a long time that was nice to see. That's just 299 million dead
Damn.
cap hit.
Shit.
Let's see. Dylan says Rams versus the Bills in the Super Bowl. And SM says transfer portal has become college football free agency. I was like, college free agency. It really
For
has.
real.
It really
Yeah.
has. Some aspects I like it, but sometimes I'm like, can the timing of it be a little bit different? The timing of it. I just want to see guys finish their commitment for the season. That's all. If they want to switch after that, it's okay. I understand it. You want to go somewhere, start, fine. But let's finish the season first. Let's see. Oh yeah, tomorrow's live stream 7:30. Was it 7:30? Yeah, 7:30 p.m. Eastern time for Miami versus Ole Miss. All right, so Samuel's out. Appreciate you coming through. Have a good night. And that takes us to the end of essentially the comments here. So we're gonna go ahead and close it here. And so, but hey, this was great. It went a little bit longer than I thought it was going to, but enjoyed every second of it. I also got to get up early in the morning for work there, but Zoe, let you go ahead and let the people know where to find you.
Man, subscribe to my YouTube channel, In the Zone Sports. I'm on TikTok heavy. I'm on Instagram real heavy. And I'm also on Twitter. Follow me on all social media platforms. I appreciate that.
All right, and it's your boy JB again. I'll be going live tomorrow at 7:30. Thank everybody here, especially those of you that stayed, all the way to the end here. We're gonna go ahead and end the live here, but have a great night, everyone, and see you guys next time.